All right. Welcome to our in-game live stream watch party. My name's Damon Bruce. It is wonderful to have you right here today for a little 49ers Raiders preseason tilt from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. Oh, yeah. We are going to be live streaming during each and every 49ers game all season long. It's great to have you here. Like and subscribe, my friend. We're going to be doing this all season long. So thank you for being here. And let's tell you, we got an interesting day today. We really do. The 49ers have a pretty simple objective today, and that is to stay healthy and look good. They kick off in Seattle in 22 days from right now. I see our good friends, Guy Haberman and Tim Ryan, are standing by in Allegiant Stadium, setting the scene. Break a leg, Guy. Feel better, Greg Papa. That's what we're thinking about at all times. Best for Guy, the very best for Greg. Hopefully he can be back soon. Today, we are going to get our first look at Brock Purdy all season long. Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Diamador Lenore, Kyle Juszczyk, Ricky Pearsall are all veteran starters who will be playing a small bit of football today. Not playing any football today, Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, again with Brock in there. I would have liked to seen Trent Williams go today. He will not. Fred Warner out. Nick Bosa, and obviously Brandon Ayuk. But I tell you, Brandon Ayuk was out there on the field before this game even started, running around, looking really good, catching footballs, cutting on tight angles. So it's the first time we've seen Brandon Ayuk running around, and even though he's just wearing shorts, he looked good. That is a good sign for a team that certainly, from an injury standpoint, will take all the good signs you can possibly throw at it right now. 5 of the top 7 draft picks of the San Francisco 49ers. Again, they had to turn over the roster in extreme fashion, right? Turn over the roster in big fashion because you can't hold onto that many well-paid aging guys that get hurt too easy. Well, 5 of the top 7 draft picks aren't even out there for week 2 of the preseason. You got Williams and West out with hyper-extended knees. Upton Stout is out with a calf. Jordan Watkins hurt his ankle in the Denver Broncos preseason opener. Jordan James working his way back from finger surgery. He is out today. Should be a very good day of work in this secondary for guys trying to make the team. I think Jair Brown is certainly on this team. Marquise Siegel is trying to make this roster. He is going to get an awful lot of playing time today. Darrell Luter Jr., it's kind of a now or never season for him with the 49ers and his status with the team. He will be getting important snaps today. Dallas with an I, Dallis, Dallas Flowers is going to get a significant chunk of playing time today trying to make this team. And when you're just talking about what you want to watch in this game, let me tell you that guard Connor Colby, I think, is in for a very interesting afternoon that could go a long way of him being a big part of this team this year or hanging out on the fringes of it. Running back Corey Kiner doesn't remind me of Emmitt Smith yet. We will see what he ends up looking like. I expect him to get a lot of action today. Alfred Collins, he is a drafted player playing today. Let's see what he does. Alfred Collins, and again, Dallas Flowers, a great opportunity for those guys today. So this should be interesting. Let's see how actual fun it is. Only time will tell. I can tell you, my breakup with DirecTV is now official. I am watching this game on YouTube TV, so hopefully there won't be any delays. Hopefully you and I will be synced up okay. I will let you know when this ball game is kicking off, and hopefully you can sync things so I'm not too far ahead of you or behind you or whatever it is. But let me just say, it is wonderful to have you here today. Thank you for hanging out in what I think is one of the best chat rooms you're going to find anywhere around an NFL game. Smart, reasonable, dare I say, borderline adults are in this chat room. That's fantastic, and it's really good to have you here. If you made the call right now to order an Ike's sandwich, I bet you it would be arriving via delivery around halftime. Go ahead and check out Ike's. Delicious sandwiches from one of the fastest growing restaurant chains in America. My man, hopefully there's an Ike's near you soon. They're getting ready for kickoff here. As always, we got love for the Dubliner West portal. If the 49ers play poorly today, go to the Dubliner West portal to drink your cares away. All right, we're looking for this kickoff. The ball is being kicked right now. The ball is in the air. we got a kick return happening for your San Francisco 49ers. Who took that back? Who was that bringing the kick return back? We're already asking, who is it? Who is it? Let me tell you who it is jogging out on the field for the first time this year. Brock Purdy. Let's see what Brock looks like today. It is going to be an interesting day to see how long he's actually out there and playing. Should be interesting. Ed, Damon, did you see BA running routes? I think Kyle's keeping a secret weapon in his back pocket. I don't know. Look, he has gone ahead and said week 6, maybe. I don't know. But again, Brandon Ayuk running in underpants look good today. All right, ball snapped, underway. Brock Purdy looks for Ricky Pearsall right away. And what do you know? Brock is 1 for 1 in preseason play. Good start for the 49ers. An awful lot of red sitting in Allegiant Stadium this afternoon. Again, you really shouldn't get on a airplane to watch football practice unless they can wrap it in an NFL stadium. We got Burford starting at left tackle today, Zakel, Brendel, Pooney, McKivitz. So you've got 3 starters on your offensive line out there and setting up 2nd and 3 for Brock, who is running with the first team offense. And he finds Ricky Pearsall again. Brock and Ricky getting some good work in early in this one. Happy to see that. Probably not going to see much of them. So while they're out there, let's look good. Hold on. I'm opening up box scores. I'm making sure we got information that we need throughout this game set up today. Probably should have done this. But again, I was setting up YouTube TV because I didn't want DirecTV to go screwing me this afternoon. Let's see what we got. 1st and 10 for the 49ers, and woof, that is an awful lot of backfield party for the Raiders. That running play to the right did not go well. We got Max Crosby out there giving the too small for me to, what was that? It just collapsed. Absolutely collapsed. Let me watch this play again. Just gets right around Colton McKivitz. And that was a bad snap, bad rep for Colton McKivitz. I know that McKivitz had a pretty good day against Max Crosby in a couple of the practices that they had, but that was a 5-yard loss for the 49ers running game. Little pitch back for Brock again. Absolutely buried in the backfield. The 49ers offense in 2 running plays has gone backwards about 10 yards right there. So, not a great sign for the 49ers, mostly starting offensive line here this afternoon. We got Death Destroyer words here for the Beyonce commentary. As soon as that commercial comes back on, we'll be all over it. 3rd and 18, though. Brock's got to stretch out that arm a little bit right here. Good pass protection, good pocket, and Brock finds Ricky Pearsall for a first down. There is a little glad to see it connection going on here for Brock and Ricky Pearsall. All right. By the way, JJ Raider, thank you. Our first man in here. We're looking for about 50 supers today. There will be a very aggressive bottle pull for 50 supers this afternoon. JJ Raider, first man in for his Raiders in the JJ Raider Memorial Ganja jar. I mean, you can see it right there. We duct tape JJ's initials right on top of that ganja jar. And let me tell you, JP from the 510, always great to see you, brother. Thank you so much for being here today. We see Isaiah Hodgins picking up a first down out on a pattern there for Brock. That is good. No better way to rest and ice my newly snipped nuggets than a dual screening of Damon and the Niners already on my bottle pull. Let me tell you, there's not a lot of aggressive early bottle pulls, but when you get that vasectomy and you're saying goodbye to the boys, that's worth a pull right there, JP. This is because you and I go back to Japan. I think I even recommended you go ahead and get the snip. There's not a lot of guys in Japan. I said, cut yourself, but you've done it. I'm glad you took it to heart. Thank you. To your balls, to football. We've got more football going on in Allegiant Stadium right now than JP from the 510 has balls going on right now, but it's good that we're all together to help JP through these times. Again, it's a little achy. It's a little achy. You get a little ache in the satchel for a while, but it goes away. Another completed pass for Brock Purdy, looking for Demarcus Robinson on that one. Purdy has started 5 for 5, 66 yards so far. Can't really look much better on an opening drive than Brock has looked here. The only negative plays came right in the running game for the 49ers. We'll talk about how concerning that is at a later date. Right now, again, we're not trying to make too much out of anything we see positively or negatively, but this is a nice little opening drive for the 49ers offense. Looks like Kyle might have even gone out and scripted this one. Quick slant to Denard, and that was on Denard for not catching it. Brock would have had a first down, maybe even gotten into the end zone had Denard Robinson held on to that. D-Rob, there you go. Oh, boy, we already got a Juwan who? Come on, we're not going to do that quite to Juwan. Look, I was talking about this on Friday with Kruger, and we might have differing opinions as what the 49ers should do with Juwan Jennings. He thinks they should play hardball. I think that hardball, you're running out of time. You're playing football in Seattle in 22 days, which means hardball time, I think, is a little bit in the rearview mirror. I'd rather have the player getting ready for the season. Again, calf injury, a problem. We get it, but I want Juwan Jennings out there. Again, it's just money, man. It's just money. You can move money around. The cap is a little bit of an illusion. Smart teams can get this done. I really hope it gets done. 3rd and 9 here coming up for Brock Purdy on the opening drive. First time we've seen Brock all season. And it's been a fantastic opening drive for him. He's 5 for 7, averaging 9.4 yards per completion. We got Pearsall in motion. Brock on 3rd and 9. Pocket kind of collapsing around him. Looked a little bit of a miscommunication there with Ricky Pearsall. That ball gently falls to the earth without major repercussions. So that's good, but the 49ers are going to get Jake Moody a little look here. I mean, come on, run a play on 4th. Who cares about getting, well, I guess you do want Moody to get there and work out his Allegiant Stadium demons. I mean, had he not missed a point after touchdown in his Super Bowl, things might have been a little different for the entire organization. All right, Jake Moody. Oh, boy. What do you got, Jake? He kicks. It's through. Oh, Jake Moody. Well, I mean, it was a field goal that he better damn well hit. It was a short one. Good to see that. And all I can tell you is you shouldn't take too much positively or negatively away from any preseason game. The only true negatives are cloaked in injuries. Having said all that, that was a really nice opening drive for Brock Purdy and the 49ers, to the point where I don't know if we're going to see even Brock out there for a second series. If I'm Kyle Shanahan, I don't want to overexpose Brock to anything with Trent Williams out there. I saw George Kittle. He would probably like to catch a pass in this game and get his work underway, but I would put George Kittle in a hotel room and I would lose the key and say, we will pick you up when we're on the way back to the airport, George. Get away from this football game. You do not need any further practice. Joseph Ehrenberg, offense in midseason red zone form. Again, we will take that complaint wrapped in a super. Joseph, thank you so much. But I don't think you got much to complain about there. That was a nice opening drive. Again, there was no Christian McCaffrey out there. Calm down a little, just a little. Let's see. SGA Sports Talk. Thank you very much. He's got a lot of flaming emojis right there. Go Niners, beat the Raiders. Let's see what happens. But again, very good work for Brock Purdy. Very impressive start from Ricky Pearsall. That's what you're looking for. And Demarcus Robinson, I'm telling you, he might be the best wide receiver on this football team. He really might be. So, it's a shame that he's not going to be out there for preseason action, or regular season action, with a little bit of a suspension baked into his start with the 49ers. But there you go. Didn't like the way that the offensive line got pushed around. But again, good start for Purdy. We will, like the buffet line, pick and choose some things that we like, maybe even ignoring some things we don't like. But yeah, concerning pushback on those 2 running plays. Didn't like that. Right now, Patrick Taylor Jr. has 3 carries for -6 yards. That's not what you wanted to see. That's certainly not the game film that Patrick Taylor Jr. wants to put down. All right, so the Raiders are going to touch the ball for the first time this afternoon here, giving us a look at the 49ers ramshackle defense, who will be out there today. Again, players who really, I think, needed this game and some seasoning as rookies who will not be out there. A little bit disappointing that we're not going to be seeing today. Again, Mykel Williams, the first overall pick in the Niners draft. We're not going to see C.J. West. We're not going to see Upton Stout. We're not going to see Jordan Watkins or Jordan James today. But we are about to see a kickoff right here. I'll tell you, the kick is up right here and now, trying to get this game synced up with. I'll give you a little time on the clock so you can all sync it all out. 9:13, 9:12, 9:11, 9:10. And the clock is stopped at 9:10, a very unintrusive kickoff right there. Good coverage all the way around. Happy, happy, joy, joy. Again, anything that isn't a disastrous special teams mistake is a pretty good football play on special teams for the 49ers. It was ridiculous how bad special teams was last year. Curtis Robinson with good special teams coverage right there came down and put the Mama Chewbacca on him. Happy to see it. Again, we don't want to miss the supers as they come in. Fuji, always great to see you, brother. Fuji Simeon. Big play early on, right down for Brock Bowers. Geno found his Bowers. Big, long play. First play from scrimmage for the Raiders. Fuji saying, thoughts on the 49ers starting our O-line this season? Trent Williams is going to need to be out there. Those are my official thoughts on this. Not exactly the best rep you're going to see from Trey Brown, who is trying to make this team. Looks like he jumped way too early there. Let's see what Geno's got. He's got 1st and 10 again. Ball already in 49er territory in just one play. I mean, Pete Carroll's going to take his downfield shots with this team. There's no doubt about that. Ashton Genty getting his first. Is that a positive carry for Genty? I don't think Genty gained any yards in his preseason debut, so much rejoicing across Raider Nation, I would guess. Anyways, Fuji, thank you so very much, my friend. Danny again coming in and say, eating Ike's Handsome Owl vegan sandwich. Danny, you're going vegan on us? I did not know that about you. I think I'm a little concerned. I got to be honest with you, Danny. I mean, great options, vegan options from Ike. There is no doubt about that, but that's muy agresivo without being aggressive at all at the same time. But I hope you enjoy the sandwich. Thank you very much for checking out Ike's. I didn't know a handsome owl was even on the menu. I don't peruse the vegan portion of that menu very, very often. So Pete Carroll and Geno Smith have come out here to attack a very into the depth chart 49ers secondary. This is an into the depth chart 49ers defense as it is right now. Alfred Collins, man, you got to come off those blocks. Alfred just kind of stands up, shuffles a little. We do have Bryce Huff out there, obviously. That's good to see from the 49ers. Genty picking up a few more yards right there. Good tackle by Siegel, who came up from the safety spot wearing number 36. We got Thomas Selman. Thank you, Thomas, for a super. Saying, Brock looked great. Watching on my way back from Army field training in Wisconsin. 16-hour ride from the Dairy State to Georgia. Thomas, thank you for your service. Thank you so very much, and thanks for watching. We hope we can go ahead and keep you dialed in as to what the hell is happening. If you can't actually watch this game, thank you for being here. I'll do my best to not get any copyright flags, but we'll try to keep you up on to what's going on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For again, think about that, man. On the way back from Army field training in Wisconsin. Wait, they don't have fields to train in Georgia? Why'd you have to go to Wisconsin to train? Did you get some cheese curds at least when you were there? Chef A supporting, saying it takes courage to admit you're eating vegan food during a sports chat. It does. My dad used to say it takes a real man to walk a poodle. So there you go right there. Norris, thank you so very much. Norris just Throwing a couple bucks in the ganja jar, absolutely appreciate that. Brown is meh. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what he was brought in to be. I'm not expecting him to be great. Meh is, what the fourth or fifth corner on anybody's team is. That's a position he holds down. Eat it, Ikes. Thank you, Joe. I would agree. Jair Brown needs to be traded. B. Lauren, I don't think so. I would not go trading Jair Brown. I mean, how many young safeties do you have to take a look at? Kind of like what you see, yet you still trade him. We just went through that with Talanoa Hufanga. You don't get rid of Talanoa Hufanga unless you liked what you saw out of Jair Brown. I don't think he's going to be traded. Fuji. Allegiant looks nice. I wonder why fans rank it so low. Is it ranked low? I would absolutely not rank Allegiant Stadium low at all. I thought it was beautiful. I was out there for 2 years ago? Was it 2? Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. For that preseason game at Allegiant Stadium. Maybe it was only 1 year ago. It all blurs to me now. But Allegiant Stadium was phenomenal from what I saw. I sat in the stands. I was in the big hitter club, not the end zone club where the really big hitters are, but I was in a really nice VIP section, styled out, prepaid food and drink. It was fantastic. There was an awful lot of natural light that comes into that stadium. So I thought it was very impressive. I mean, look at it this way. The choice to play every single home game in Allegiant Stadium or Levi Stadium would be no choice at all for me. And by the way, this seems like a home game just in the crowd shots that they're having. This is a Niner home game right now. Well, here's the thing. The Raiders now play every game of their year on the road, but for one game when the Raiders are playing the Chargers at SoFi in Los Angeles. That's the one Raider home game they get all year. But the Raiders will never be really home at Allegiant Stadium. They'll always pretty much be outnumbered by the opposition. Only 4 minutes left of the bottle pull goal. What do you mean? I went and set that up for 3 hours? Hold on. That was I did not mean to do that. When that goal gets down, we will edit that. I meant to set that for 3 hours, not just 10 minutes. Yeah, the goal. And how about this? You got to get a lot of supers in the next 4 minutes. But we will reset that goal. Thank you. I had no idea that that's where it was actually going. Let's see here. I will pay better attention. How about this? We'll reset the goal for 50, but we'll take a big bottle tug when we get to 45 or wherever we are, or 40. Ooh, Ashton Genty walked off a nice little hit right there. Rolled away. A good contact balance, if you will. 3rd and 7. We'll see if the 49ers defense can get off the field before the Raiders get into the red zone. 3rd and 7. Saleh flashing a little bit of blitz there, but it came off. Alfred Collins tried to jump and knock down a screen pass. It got over him, but the screen pass did not pick up the first down. And again, Marquise Siegel. Have a day, young man. You want to make this team? You want to put Jair Brown's position a little bit in doubt? Marquise Siegel, you keep making tackles like that, young man, and you might. You very well might. Oh, was that Mostert, not Genty? Pardon me. Genty with the J, by the way, Bill. Already a shoulder issue? Is that what they said on the broadcast? Again, I don't have the broadcast audio on in here. I'm just looking. I did not hear that. You don't really want that. If Siegel keeps going, we can trade Brown. Tobin there, yeah, you probably could do that, but the minute you do that, Marquise Siegel probably gets hurt, and you're going to be like, oh, we should have Jair Brown. I don't think Jair Brown brings you back enough to where I'd want him on the roster this year. Again, I'm all done with reshuffling the roster. I don't think you can go back to the deck and shuffle it right now and expect to have the right team ready to go. I think you got to kind of dance with the girl that you brought to the dance at this point. Anthony Mirakovich, the $450 clown. How was it? It was great. It really was. I was complaining about clown pricing for a kid's birthday party last week. $450 for the hour, but the guy stayed almost 2 hours. Every single kid was entertained. Every single kid got multiple balloon animals, swords, balloon hats when he was done. He was fantastic. He was fantastic. He really was. So it was money well spent. He was the hit of the whole party. There's no doubt. But yeah, clown pricing. Jeez. Smiley, my uncle said, you're a clown. Thank you. How about this? Fan of the Green Bay Packers says, let's go 49ers. Wow, I didn't think I'd see that today. Is that my neighbor? Is that Tim who's about to paint his house Packers colors? No, he's not going to. He sent me, my neighbor just painted his house across the street, but he sent me a mock-up of it painted in Green Bay Packer colors. I'm like, I will absolutely consider arson if you paint Packers colors across the street from me. Fuji again saying, I really enjoyed the rule change where we cut down to the 53-man roster, and that doesn't have to occur to the end of preseason games rather than cuts after the games. Here's what I would do. I would get rid of the 53, and I would just bump it up to 60. I think it is ridiculous that the 49ers and every NFL team has to play with what feels like an arbitrary number that prevents depth being able to come and save a season that has been racked with injury. I want more players rostered. I want to see the NFL grow the rosters. All it would take to do that is money. And the only thing that the NFL prints with impunity is money. The NFL will never run out of money. It's officially too big to fail. Grow the rosters, protect the quality of the game, protect the integrity of continuity in this league. I would love to see the NFL do that. And by the way, our look at Brock Purdy has come to an end. Mac Jones has come trotting out. Again, Brock looked good enough to where I'm glad he's out of there. I really am. Connor Colby is in this game now at right guard. Left guard for Connor Colby. Interesting afternoon for that young man. Chance to really establish him in a spot where Ben Barch, by the way, was supposed to maybe lock that down. Another didn't go very far running play to the left-hand side. Without Trent Williams, the left-hand side of this offensive line is suspect. Again, Burford and Colby. Let's see here on this replay. Looks like both those guys sort of just gave sad little chip blocks, didn't really get contact on anyone, and Raiders players came through them. So there is five carries for -5 yards for the 49ers running game so far. Mac Jones had a little heat on him right away. Drops back to pass, swings it out to the left. We got a little Corey Kiner sighting out there. All right, Corey Kiner. Didn't exactly remind me of Emmitt Smith. Fuji's like, Damon, you could respond to your neighbor by painting your house in Chicago Bears colors and then play the Super Bowl shuffle on loudspeakers outside his house. I could do that. But then, of course, I'm going to hear from Jillian's divorce lawyer at that point in time, and that wouldn't go over very well. If there's going to be any Bears colors on the house, Jillian would endorse a possible Cal Bears. But if we just went blue and orange, that would be, how about this? There is actually a white, blue, and orange house, very much Chicago Bear colors in my neighborhood. I always wonder, is that a Bears fan living in plain sight here in my neighborhood? I don't know. I should go over and knock on his door and find out. Mac Jones picks up the first down in the air. 49ers try to run it up the middle for some yardage. What do you know? A running play that actually moved forward. Corey Kiner is Emmitt Smith. Corey Kiner carries for a couple right there into the middle of the 49ers offensive line. He picked up 3. Yeah, previous play, Niner worldwide. I thought that was a nice nice pass from Mac Jones. Again, you'd like to see him throw it somewhere a little higher where you can catch and run, but I also think he was trying to put the ball in a place where only his receiver could possibly get it. So I thought it was a nice little pass there too. And right when I give a compliment to Mac Jones, he throws an interception. Mac Jones just dialing one right up to the Raiders defense. I'm telling you. The excitement about Mac Jones, he's here for a reason. He's on his third team already for a reason. Demarcus Robinson just saw a linebacker jumping, running right in front of him, and beautiful play. Beautiful play. Who is that? Number 11 for the Raiders. I don't know, but put a star on that one. Nice play. Let me open up the Raiders depth chart so I can actually tell you a little bit about who they might have out there playing for them today. That would seem like a good thing to do to help this live broadcast as it is currently being constructed. Wait a minute here. Let me go over there. Let me go ahead. Let's start another. Hey, we got 5 supers in. We're going to reset this here. We're going to reset this for 3 solid hours. Boom. The new goal has been applied. Thank you very much for making me away from that, or making me aware of that, I guess I should say. I want Raiders depth chart, but I need our lads. That's the superior depth chart. Jeremy Chin made that play. And while I was looking up Jeremy Chin's nice play, looks like Ashton Genty, who is still in this game, rips off his first big run as a pro. I mean, it wasn't that big of a run, but Genty got into the second level, ran right through Diamador Lenore, and gets pulled down by Jair Brown. He picked up a first down on that one. Pete Carroll had to like seeing that from his young running back. 1st and 10 for Geno in the Raiders offense. Ball at the 25-yard line. Little rollout for Geno after a play action. Picks up about 7 yards. That Jacoby Myers. Who was that old play-by-play guy? It was Al Myers. Had a great voice. Al Myers. Please let Moody have a consistent kicking season. Yeah, Fuji. Look, here's the thing. I know a lot of people want to give up on him. I know it's very in vogue to tell you what Moody's not about to do or not about to be as a 49er. I have not given up on the guy, and I don't think you should either. I really do think that he, had that bad injury last year, never quite recovered from it. At least that's what I'm hoping. Moody has looked good in practice. I mean, he has. He's got a powerful leg. I'm not done with Jake Moody. I don't think you should be either. I just don't think they should have spent, that high of a draft pick on a kicker. I don't think any kicker should be drafted that high in anybody for any roster in any reason, period, end of story. Geno's got a nice and clean pocket there. I mean, I know that this is very much a, who's who 49er defensive line. But I'd like to see a little bit more pressure put on Geno. He's got all the time in the world as the first quarter officially comes to an end. Again, thank you. Thank you for being here. We got, here's to McCorkle. Oh, Brett wanting to throw one down. Here's to McCorkle. Mac Jones. Jason. 120378. How low will the run D be ranked by the end of the season? Oh, Beyonce's in the laundromat. On my YouTube broadcast, Beyonce is dumping a bucket of diamonds into it. Now she's showing us her butt, bending over like a folding table. Look at that. Beyonce got curves like a racetrack. Looks really good, man. I gotta tell you, Beyonce, this is not a young woman anymore. Beyonce is gorgeous still. Good God. Jason, I don't think guys who were drafted to help this run defense are playing today. Fred Warner's not playing today. Nick Bosa's not playing today. C.J. West, Michael Williams, who's number one asset coming out of college. The reason why the 49ers took him with their first pick is because he sets edges. When you set edges, that helps a running game. He's not out there today. So I'm not going to harshly judge what's coming into this season when we haven't seen the guys who are going to be a big part of improving this season all on the field together. Again, not overreacting to preseason football is what we are working on together. That's what we're all trying to figure out together. But again, thanks to all of you for the supers. It is so good to see a whole bunch of names that I do not recognize in here, a whole bunch of our regulars in here. Rachel wants to know, Damon, did you get things worked out with DirecTV? Yeah, we broke up. We broke up. I am officially watching my first NFL game on YouTube TV. I'm a YouTube TV guy now. Whether or not that means I'm a few heartbeats behind live action that is happening on DirecTV, I would glitch. So I had to get rid of it. I don't like glitchy. It's gone. Oh, look at this. Joe Sullivan is keeping things safe today. I hope you are keeping things safe, Joe. Our good friend Smiley Dan is always safe, we hope. Stay safe out there, kids. It's like the beginning of Hill Street Blues. Everybody stay safe out there. Remember the Hill Street Blues theme? That was so good. And most of you are probably too young to even know what Hill Street Blues was. YouTube TV, how much is it? Well, they got a special promo right now. But it's going to be, because I got the Red Zone Sports package as well. So it's about $100 a month. But I also styled mine out. I'll go ahead and write it off. All right, Raiders are on the 1 yard line. 49er defense, you're going to bow up. Alfred Collins, you're going to get some push, some shove. It looks like the 49ers made a tackle behind the line of scrimmage right there. There you go. Alfred Collins was right in the middle of not getting that pile moved at all. That was a nice little play by Alfred Collins, just standing up. Watch Alfred Collins not get moved here on this replay. Woof. Boom. That defensive line that's a nice snap. 2nd and goal. Coming up here, by the way, 13:57, 56, trying to sync you up. 13:54, ball snapped. Genty into the end zone, but that ball is fumbled. But I thought he was in the end zone anyways. That's not even a fumble. That play was dead. Brock Bowers jumped on that ball. Johnny on the spotting it, but I think that play was dead, and that's going to be a rushing touchdown for Genty from 2nd and goal. Let's see here. Overhead shot, taking a look at it. Ooh, I don't know. Where does that ball come loose? Does that come loose there? Is that ball shifting right there? No. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It's if this were a regular season game, you review that. Preseason, I don't want to see a red flag anywhere. I don't. And neither do you. He's in. Yeah, he's in. But I don't know. Was that ball moving right when he was trying to make that second or third effort to roll in? Where did that ball start coming? Again, it's a preseason game. I don't know. I don't care. You don't either. Let's move on. But I hope, absolutely hope, that was that Brown with the opportunity? Yeah, Jair Brown. Not Trey Brown. Many starters out today. Many starters. And that's what I want to see. I used to be very much of the iron sharpens iron mindset. And then I realized that the 49ers can't go 15 minutes without seeing somebody hurt on their team. Like, I bet you there are more 49ers hurt in skull sessions and chalk talk than other football teams have injured an actual physical out there in practice. I'm surprised that the 49ers walk from their locker room to the practice field without several broken legs in just the walk. Like, that's how ridiculous what the hell is happening with these injuries really has gotten for this franchise. And what are you telling me, that Dominic Pooney is now out with a knee? I mean, I didn't see him carried off or carted off. I didn't even see him down injured, but oh, good, great. Dominic Pooney, come on. Let's see how bad that is. I missed that. You don't want Kyle pulling any brain muscles. You don't. Cheers. Have you thought about lunch? If you order Ike's right now, I bet you that sandwich arrives at your front door if you're in a delivery location before the end of the game. Go ahead and get yourself Ike's delivered to you on all your major food delivery apps. You can also download the Ike's app and have that take care of it for you. Hopefully you live in a delivery location or around an Ike's sandwich shop. Hopefully you live close to our good friends at the Dubliner West Portal as well. Absolutely love Kenny and John. I'm sure got a nice little crowd in there watching some preseason football today. Giants baseball a little bit later on tonight. You got to drink during both of these sporting events. You really do. Chef A, don't touch my Pooney. Ooh. Ooh. Ike's. You know it, Kenny. You know it. Dallas Flowers with a return. Gets it to nearly the 30. Let's see if Mac Jones can put a couple completions together without an interception being right behind it. The good news, if you're just joining us, is that Brock Purdy did start this game for the 49ers, and in one series was 5 for 7 for an average of 9.4 yards per completion, 66 yards. He did not take a sack, and he looked good enough to where one series is all Brock got today. Braden Willis with a reception, flag on the play. Let's see where that comes from. Roughing the passer. Again, this is why you don't want Brock Purdy in any preseason game. Roughing the passer. Let's take a look at this. Mac Jones gets rid of it. Oh, that is a soft-ass roughing the passer call. It really is. You know, you don't want to see unnecessary contact out there, but in the history of violent blitzing, contact with quarterbacking, that is a chinchilla. It's a mink. That is soft. That's all. Even a Niner fan watches that and goes, that's a bullshit roughing the passer. His head came down and touched the helmet. You graze a helmet. It's roughing. That's bitch. Big run up the middle. Corey Kiner might be Emmitt Smith. Oh, wow. Incredible balance right there. Looked like he was going to be pulled down. He didn't get much more out of that second effort. Oh, but Corey Kiner looks like he has hurt his knee. He is grabbing his ankle. Excuse me. Corey Kiner is hurt. Wow. I mean, every other series, somebody goes down. It looked like Kiner did a great job standing up through a tackle, but not going down, trying to keep going. It's that second effort where it looks like he hurt himself. Yeah, right to IR, right? Patrick Taylor also injured. We're going to get a lot of Abdullah out there today, I guess. Again, Isaac Guerrero already hurt. Christian McCaffrey, you better stay healthy. Fuji coming in with a little super action for us here. That house special for Genti was crazy. Rookies in general buying multi-million-dollar homes, waiting for that second big contract before you buy a mega house. Yeah. Rookies don't need $12 million estates. Like, get yourself a starter home. You don't need 11,000 square feet when you're just bringing home chicks from the bar. You need 11,000 square feet when you have a wife and 4 kids. That's when you need 11,000 square feet. Some of the best advice. This is friendly life advice from Uncle Damon. In the world, find your means and then live one notch below it. Don't try to be shining at every moment of your life. As a matter of fact, if you can't just go home with a little bit of humble, quiet dignity to your abode, what kind of real self-confidence do you have? You're a professional athlete. Your physique should be the panty dropper. You don't need the actual panty dropper level house. And oh, by the way, you can get a lot of really nice solo crash pads in the city of Las Vegas for less than $12 million. Again, there will be a day where successful football players can absolutely throw $12 million at a mansion. Before you've played a game in your rookie year should not be one of them. So you already got 2 running backs injured in this game. Oh, and the cart is coming out. The cart is coming out for Corey Kiner. I will say this, though. Corey Kiner, on his own power, walked to the cart that they're now helping him get on. But this is not Corey Kiner has a broken ankle. Corey Kiner, his entire season is over. It's not there yet anyways. Let's hope it isn't. Here's the replay on the Kiner. Again, what a great little run he had, too. Really nice run. Oh, Corey Kiner sprained his ankle. Corey Kiner has a sprained ankle. I don't even want to watch it again. I don't like sprained ankles. I don't like the way they look. I don't like twisting things. Jason, thank you for the super. Very generous out there with the supers today, boys and girls. Thank you so much. Is the 49ers S&C coach Kyle's best friend, strength and conditioning coach? It is concerning. It is concerning, but I can tell you this, the 49ers are even more acutely aware of their injury problems than you and I are. They're not reoccurring injury problems out of born negligence or incompetence. There is a factor of bad luck here that is undeniable. Keyshawn Vaughn will, I guess, get the lion's share of carries for the rest of this day. Good luck, Keyshawn Vaughn. He's back trying to make the team. Chef A, we're haunted. Shout out Fack from the Bear. Oh, that's right. Well, haunting. A haunting. I do remember that. I didn't catch the latest season of The Bear. There's too much anxiety in that show for me to enjoy watching it. It's just all angry, kind of just it's a balsamic reduction. You're not splitting the atom. I'm not here for, head chefs who work with the same intensity as neurosurgeons. It doesn't have to be like that. Keep your calm about you. Hey, Keyshawn Vaughn, nice little run right there. He's looked better than any 49er running back we've seen in this game so far with that nice little run right there. So the 49ers got a little bit of a drive going here. They've already lost 2 running backs, and Dominic Pooney is not in this game any longer. We know that now. Got Connor Colby. Austin Pleasance is out there. Is Drew Moss going to be out there? We got Jake Tongas out there. By the way, Ross Dwelly was waived from the team last night. Ross Dwelly no longer on the 49ers roster. And they just run a little play for Luke Farrell there. Is that what that is? Yeah, Luke Farrell, 0 career touchdowns, very few catches. Luke Farrell, nice little turnaround grab right there. Little soft crossing route by Luke Farrell. Nice catch. Okay. Ball's at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the 49ers. Now they've got the Raiders defense being tested in a goal line situation. Mac Jones handing off to Keyshawn Vaughn, who gets it down to the 1. Again, ran to the right side. Austin Pleasance out there trying to block. Austin Pleasance would like to see, the excitement of him being on the team return. sort of been muted with some bad joint practices. He's just been looking slow. Touchdown Niners. What do you know? Jeff Wilson Jr. is back. Am I that far behind you? Because he just scored the touchdown right here. I'm on YouTube TV. So you're a little bit ahead of me. I knew that the sacrifice I would be making going to YouTube TV is that I was going to be a little bit behind. I think there's a way also for me to go into YouTube TV, adjust some settings, and I'll even be more up to date. Thank you, you trippin'. Salute right back to you. Hell yeah, Jeff. There you go. Here we go. A little point after. Setting up for Jake Moody. Right down the middle. We got a 10-10 ball game with 9:45 remaining in the second quarter. And there we go. Here we go. Jeff Wilson Jr. Who says you can't go home again? Huh, pal? Damon, please share regarding YouTube settings. This is something that I'm going to have to Google myself here. But I remember seeing people on YouTube TV complaining about a little latency, and somebody suggested, well, here's a way to fix it. I'm going to have to go. I don't have that advice for you. I'm going to have to look that up myself. Somebody has not given a like yet. Goldie, thank you for bringing that up. We have almost 250 people in the room right now joining us. We aren't even at 100 likes yet. How can the algorithm feel good about pushing this out when we have 255 people, but we just have over 100 likes? Could we get 255 likes right now? It's just real simple. Tap that thumbs up. And man, oh man, oh man, the algorithm gives us a kiss. Larry says, Damon, you pull, we like. I mean, it's a Saturday. And not only is it a Saturday, and we do want to leave an incentive for those who are, dropping supers to get a big bottle pull at the end of this. But not only is this a Saturday afternoon, I'm coming to you from an empty house right now. My wife brought the boys to a pool party up in Nevada or something. One of her friend's sisters has a nice pool up there, and the boys are at a pool party. So yeah, why not? Why not sit here and make what is normally the exercise of sitting through a preseason game a little less painful by having a couple bottle pulls? All right, Larry, you insist? If this is going to get the likes up, I mean, there better be 250 likes right now. Here you go. Cheers, everybody. Here's to you liking this video and being with us all football season long. I hope we are your second screen Niner game option. We will be having live streams for every 49er game this season. And to prove it, we're even doing that shit in the preseason. Cheers. We got memberships available if you want to be among the initiated. We got merch available if you want to be styled out. Take that swig. Joseph, I just did. I took that swig. I'm down to watch with you, Bruce. Thank you, Patrick. I am down to watch with you as well. Okay, Nostrovia. Were you at the summit up in Alaska? This stream was therapeutic. Thank you. Damon, how about a bong rip next? No bong rips for me post-stroke. And I feel I don't want to smell up the studio. I do have kids in the house. I don't want the house smelling like weed. But I hear you. Party at Damon's. So, yeah, we've reached the portion of the game now where I think if you're both head coaches, you're happy to have seen what you've seen. You were probably taking all your starters out of the game here, and it's going to be a little bit of a who's who the rest of the way. Aiden O'Connell, Purdue. He is out there. Our friend JT the Brick said, even though this is Gino's team right now, Aiden O'Connell's in a real nice position. He worked hard this offseason. He's looked good in the preseason. And, he's probably where he needs to be. He was thrown into the fire a little too fast, but that's always a learning experience. You get your learning there. Then you kind of get to fade into the background a little bit because Geno Smith comes in to be the lead dog. So after you go through your trial by fire, you then get to sit back and sort of watch a little. I think this is going to be good for Aiden O'Connell. I'm not anti-Aiden O'Connell. I'm really not. Damon's on island time today, baby. Kinda. We'll see if I can get this entire game in and then maybe actually, I don't know, get a little, college football 2K in, or not 2K, EA Sports college football. Maybe I can even play a video game this afternoon before both kids and the wife come home. Wouldn't that be something else? That'd be a fun football day for Damon. Oh, Aiden O'Connell goes down hard. Nick Martin, the rookie. Nick Martin. There you go, Nicky. That looks good. Love the plus. My wife and I are dropping that like San Bruno. Mike, you've been dropping loyalty since the day we launched, brother. Thank you so very, very much. Watched your lives last year. Ready for 2025. Let's go. Jason, thank you very, very much. I'm so happy to have you back. Nick Zakel, not good at right guard, being Brock's friend, no longer enough. Yeah, no, Brock Purdy makes the kind of money now where we cut your friend. We don't have friend budget, but here's the thing. Zakel has looked good. He's still developing. The guy played at Fordham. He is big. There's no reason to give up on him on an offensive line where depth is already an issue. Zakel's got a spot on this team. The question is, can a guy like Connor Colby, could a guy like Drew Moss outplay him for that spot? We will see. Hey, Damon, you ever try that little bottle of Nowadays that I gave you? The one that is THC-based, the delicious drink? I did, Chef A. I did. And I got to say, in my entire history of THC, marijuana consumption, edibles, drinkables don't really work on me the way they work on other people. I see people take edibles or drinkables and they get tomato eyes real good. Hey, not for me. Like the edibles just don't do much for me. Maybe there's a certain amount of fish shows that you go to where that means they don't work anymore. I think I've definitely probably doubled that number, whatever it is. So I don't know. They just don't work for me. But Chef A, I loved it. I tried it. I thank you for it. But no, it didn't make me go like, whoa, what is this? I need more of these. But thank you very much. The best thing you ever gave me, Chef A, is that IU shirt with the old Buffalo mascot on it. And the Buffalo, they brought back the Buffalo. So you spoke the old IU mascot back into existence. Thank you very, very much for that. Yeah, well, the 49ers are losing running backs. Izzy Abinaconda with a nice game for the Packers today. I didn't see that, Tobin, but yeah, there's a guy that you probably would have, you evaluated him as expendable a few weeks ago. A couple injuries change all that real fast. SGA counting supers. Yeah, 40 away, really 30 because we had 10 before we had to reset the goal thing. Damon has a 0.00001% evolutionary trait that doesn't let edibles affect them. It's seriously. I'll tell you what, Al Cohol, the one time edibles really did get to me is I ate way too much of an edible chocolate bar, and I did feel a little loosey-goosey that day. I'll give you that. Damon claims the drink didn't work as he plays the melody to Funky Town on his phone dial pad. What do you call me, a towel? You're a towel. Fuji, feelings on IU football being ranked preseason. It's another world, man, for me. It's unbelievable. Like, I don't know what happiness is, or I did not know what happiness was until now. It's unbelievable. Having a college football team of circumstance is one of my single favorite sport developments of my lifetime. I'm going to enjoy every minute of it. I'm not going to expect it to last very long, although I will tell you, Kirk Cignetti is the real deal. There's no doubt about that. By the way, good rep there for Nick Zakelj in the passing game. Like the protection that Mac Jones just got there on that pass to Denard Robinson as the 49ers get the ball with 6:43 left up to about midfield. They're on the Raiders side of the 50. It's preseason football. Hey, Mac Jones, a little bootleg to the left. Don't hurt yourself there, Mac. Damon, don't eat edibles and board a plane. Learn from Uncle JP. Yeah, no, I don't want to be in confined spaces, uncomfortable. You're a towel. It's ridiculous that we get to do this together, isn't it? Isn't this nuts? What do we got here? Mac is so slow. Oh, he's a pocket quarterback. He doesn't have half the wiggle on him that Brock has. Like, Brock is underestimated as an athlete. There is no one underestimating Mac Jones as an athlete. He's a bit of a statue. $536, $35, $534, $533, trying to get you synced up as we get closer and closer to halftime. We will be hanging out all halftime. We're hanging out all day. Thank you so much for being here. It is great to have you here. Like and subscribe. How are we doing on these likes, by the way? Let's take a little look here. We are at 180 likes with 220-something people in the room right now. Thank you so much for being here. Tap a thumbs up. Help a brother out. Thank you so very, very much. Telling you, man, Denard Robinson is better than I thought he was going to be. Like, I thought the guy was a go route, and good luck with that. He is much more than that. He's been fantastic. The 49ers got 136 passing yards here with 4 minutes remaining in the half. And now a really nice run around the left-hand side. Good to see that. Outside toss play. Is that Jeff Wilson? Jeff Wilson Jr. It's like he never left. Niners are just outside of the red zone here with their second/third string offense when you look at everybody. And another really good run from Jeff Wilson Jr. Flag comes in late on the play. I think it's against possibly, I almost said Oakland. They are no longer the Oakland Raiders. I can report that to you today. Holding. Couple of holding penalties on the 49ers there on the same play. Jake Tongas, the guilty party. They had Tongas playing fullback. Tongas was lined up at fullback. I honestly thought when they signed Luke Farrell that was going to be it for Kyle Juszczyk. It wasn't. Treeman says they'll always be the Oakland Raiders. Actually, they'll never be the Oakland Raiders again. That's the sad thing. The Sacramento, Las Vegas, Oakland Raiders of Fremont just rolls off the tongue. 4 minutes, 3:58, 3:57, 2nd and 11. Keyshawn Vaughn looking to take it around right-hand side. He had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go right there. Yeah, you're right. You got to throw a little Los Angeles in there too with that rattling all spots locations for the Raiders geographical location. Alameda. Let's throw in Alameda. All right, Mac Jones on 3rd and 8. What do? You're going to throw off your back foot. He had pressure all over him. Did he complete that pass? The camera woman did not do their job on that play. I don't know where that ball went. It didn't go very far. 4th and 8 is what the graphic is dialing up. Yeah, Mac Jones had dudes coming at him, and he just had to get rid of that one. Yeah, Keyshawn Vaughn didn't do very, very nice job there coming up with a little pass protection. But again, here's what we want. We want longer field goals for Jake Moody. Jake, look at it this way. Jake Moody's going to be more responsible for scoring than anybody else who was just on the field on that play. So let's have Jake Moody kick a long one here. Jake lined up, and that's no good. Oh, Jake. God damn it. Right when I start saying nice things about you, Jake Moody, right when I start saying things like, I believe in Jake Moody, he does things like, miss. He just hooked it left. Good snap, good hold. That's Jake Moody. Oh, we got scissors coming out. Cut him now. Cut him now. Shank Moody. Uh-oh. Bye, Salinas. You don't want Salinas put next to your name if you're a Bay Area athlete. It was a 53-yard field goal from Jake Moody. Did not happen. So if you're at the end of a half and you're looking for good field position to start a drive, the Raiders have that right now. Let's see what Aiden O'Connell does with 3:12 remaining. And we'll see what the 49ers defense can do to keep this a tie game here. But I'm telling you, Jake Moody, anything from inside of 50 has to be pretty much automatic. And Moody, from 53 just hooked it. I saw him doink a couple off the crossbar from about the same distance down in training camp. We're very lucky to have 250 people in the room right now. Thanks to each and every one of you. Please hit like and subscribe. If you are new here, we're going to have live streams for you throughout the entire football season around 49er games. Whenever they play, we will be hanging out here together. Hand banana, please cut them. I'll tell you, it feels like more grace would be given to a guy missing 3 field goals in a row than 1 missed field goal for Jake Moody. There is no doubt that this is a fan base that was promised a big bag of kicking gold that isn't quite there. You draft a kicker as high as you draft Jake Moody, he better just be absolutely on the right side of excellent almost every single time he kicks a football, and it just hasn't been there. Do we have a Pooney update? No, Lee, we do not have a Pooney update. You'll probably hear about it on the broadcast before I see anything about it. Let me just check in real quick with the usuals on the Twitters. We do know that Corey Kiner is out for the game. Here's from Matt Mayoko. The 49ers announced that running back Corey Kiner is out for the game. Coach Kyle Shanahan will likely give an indication after the game on the severity of the injuries to Kiner and Dominic Pooney. My experience is that when a player is ruled out immediately, it's not good. Somebody says, wait a minute. So Dominic Pooney was hurt on a special teams play? Is that what you're telling me? Wow. Hey, Wayne. Wayne hanging out at SFO. SFO Ops. Keep your eye on the planes landing. Stop watching football. But Wayne, thank you very much. Keep us safe. Keep us all protected. I'm glad we don't have to take our shoes off during TSA anymore. That's nice. Please cut Moody. They're asking from the airport to cut Moody. Will you give them a free flight out of here if they do it? Jason coming in again. Moody's a bum. Needs to kick the need a kick in the bum out of here. Hey, you know what? It's been a bad week for Michigan football, right? Oh, no, actually, it was a great week for Michigan football because they get to cheat and win national championships. But that's what the NCAA just told everyone. Feel free to cheat without impunity. If you pay enough of a fine, you can keep all your wins in your national championship. There's incentive to cheat based on the ruling that Michigan just got away with. The toilet bugs. People love toilet bugs here in this chat. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. The toilet bug. How good is the SF offensive line playing so far? Well, it, for the most part, did its job in pass pro. Hasn't been the greatest day for the running game, but how about this? Until we see an offensive line with Trent Williams, we're really not evaluating what we're going to be looking at. Ooh, it is the number 957, which is the most amount of positive production and promotion that 95.7 The Game has available to them now that I'm not on the radio. But I am on the Ike's sandwich menu, still under 957. But go ahead, you eat that, Ike's, and thank you very much for supporting this channel by supporting our sponsors. And oh, by the way, you just supported a delicious lunch of your own. Moody money, no money, just change. Yeah, well, they might be changing him off the roster. You know what? The Tennessee Titans got a dude out there hitting 70-yard field goals in preseason games, for goodness sakes. Tree Man McCool Jackson. Michael Jackson, is that what that's supposed to be? Moody still has time to pivot to MLS. God. I mean, I thought it was you'd supposed to, get kickers from the soccer field, not get soccer players from the football field. I think we got that a little backwards. Damon, the steak sauce and then onion ring. That's what I'm talking about. I am delicious. We'll take a picture of my sandwich and put it up for you during halftime here at this game. All right. Let's see what the 49ers defense has here on 2nd and 1. Time in the first half ticking down. Oh, little blitz right up the middle. And what do you know? We got ourselves a really nice play from Gibson. Another name that the Niners just brought in. Look at it this way. His name's not even on my roster. I did get this roster a week ago. But again, if you're not picking up the Niners' new roster every week, you are officially behind. This team goes back to the boneyard in a game of dominoes more than the guy who's rolling the blunts goes back to the weed bag. I love the fact that Robert Saleh's got an aggressive blitz package in the preseason, though. I do. Robert Sala's out here saying, we back, baby. And that's the thing. If you don't have the actual physical talent bodies to make havoc, you got to create havoc with some creative designs. You know, it's a lot of stunting for a preseason game. First down, O'Connell finds a receiver. We got time ticking. Raiders got 2 timeouts, but they didn't burn one right there. Incomplete pass will stop the clock for the Raiders. Getting closer and closer to halftime. Here you go. Here's a whole game right here. Let's go defense. Let go. Let go. Oh, yeah. Preseason defensive intensity. Nothing like it. Now, look, honestly, hey, you're looking to build some chemistry. You're looking to build some cohesion. This is good. I don't care if these guys make the roster or not. You want to see your defense step up in moments where it can. Again, that was, what are you going to make of preseason football? Not too much, but I do know you don't want to be giving up 30 unanswered points like they did against the Denver Broncos. You just don't want that. I don't care who's out there. Incomplete pass. They were testing Luter over there. Luter doing a nice job hand fighting all the way down the field right there. Good coverage from Luter. A better placed ball, though. And what is that? Tristan Beck? He might have had a touchdown right there with a better thrown ball. 3rd and 10. 3rd and 10 for Pete Carroll and this offense from just outside the 30-yard line. O'Connell rockets one right down the middle. Marquis Siegel kind of gave that one up. Timeout Raiders. Is it considered overreaction to say that relying on Moody is like playing Russian roulette? A little. But maybe not that much. I will say this, Michael, this is a Darrell Luter Jr. You show it to us now. It's now or never for Luter, right? It really is. It is now or never. Jamie says that he would trade Moody for an Ike's Damon Bruce sandwich, a bag of chips, and a cookie. You're going to need to throw in some draft picks. That's not a straight up 1-for-1. All right, 30 seconds on the clock. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. They're going to say that play is whistled dead. False start. Raiders offense. Cheaters. Munford Jr. Munford and Sons. How about that Nick Martin blitz and sack? It looked good. Again, dial it up, baby. Dial it up. Oh, we got Kenny Powers sweetening the deal saying, Damon, let's trade Luter and Moody for some Ike's sandwiches. Wow, wide open drop there. Number 80 was getting cut by the Raiders. Who was that? His hair is so long, it covers up his name. By the way, I never got that as a player. If I were an agent, I would tell a player that you are doing damage to your own brand if your dreadlocks or your long hair covers up your nameplate. What are you doing? You're doing damage to your own brand so you can have a pretty hairdo. Like, wrap it up, sweetheart. Try to sell some jerseys, not hair extensions. I think a man sitting in a chair getting dreads tied in is also just lame as hell too. Like, if you got dreads, make them be natural dreads, make them be real. If you got a woman in a beauty parlor twisting in your hair, that's some serious chick behavior right there. Oh, we got Glenn Human saying that I would trade Moody for a big old bowl of coleslaw. Would that be vinegar or mayonnaise-based coleslaw? How do you like your slaw? Do you like it tangy? Do you like it smooth? I guess it depends on what you're eating that slaw with, right? Tangy slaw with a little pulled pork, fantastic. A more mild slaw with like some chicken, that's the way I want to go. Yeah. All right, what do we got? Keep on touching the microphone. Keep on shouldering the microphone. Damon, can we see some Blacken for halftime? Well, let me tell you, a very aggressive in the day, early in the show, super chatting has slowed down a little. I've still already taken 2 pulls from the bottle. So I think you guys are going to have to earn the next one. Again, I'm not out here working for free for you. Yeah, I am. And I'll probably drink some whiskey. Raiders, field goal. It's good. Chef A, big fan of the Japanese style, slightly creamy coleslaw. Shout out bento boxes. Amen. Dude, Japanese style, when it comes to like little bits of deliciousness, they just crush it over there. Exactly. Got to get that vinegar to cut the fat on the barbecue. You got a little vinegar to cut through that pork fat. You know what you're doing, Indigo. You know exactly what you're doing. You're so good looking. Chicago Jason, thank you very, very much. Nicer than God bless you, don't you think? You're so good looking. Robert Saleh must wax that head of his. It is the shiniest bald head in Las Vegas right now. Seriously, does he spit shine that thing pregame? What do they put on surfboards? Sex wax to help guys stay on boards? Is that what are they waxing that thing? Is Robert Saleh gooping up his hair with creamy coleslaw? I don't know. Well, obviously there's no hair to goop. What will they ask Mac Jones to do with 8 seconds left? He's just going to take a knee and go into the locker room, or, here's the thing. This is practice. During practice, you should run a play. I don't care if Mac Jones throws an interception 40 yards down here field right now. Neither do you, neither does he, neither does anybody. Run a play here. If this is just a knee, that's lame. They're just gonna take a knee. Why? Did you need that practice rep? I don't like that. I'm going to rip Kyle Shanahan. No, I'm not. It's a preseason game. 510 Steve saying, Damon, just got back from Japan. That egg sandwich is life-changing. You got the Lawson's egg sandwich? The egg salad sandwich from Lawson's is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It really is good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Okay, so look, we're at halftime right now. Let's take a look at the box score, shall we? We are going to share the screen. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's have a little look at this. Let's go to some team stats right away. Just see what's going on from a little standpoint again. The 49ers have stayed on the field, 13 first downs. Third down efficiency, which I believe was 1 for 12 last week, 3 for 5 so far. 34 total plays, 186 total yards for the 49ers offensively. Again, running the ball, have not done a great job at 2.8 yards per rush. They started the day with a lot of negative results early on in the running game, have gotten better as the game goes along. Unfortunately, though, we're waiting on hearing on Corey Kiner's injury and a Dominic Pooney injury. Maybe coming out of halftime, we'll have a little bit more clarity on that. Only 1 turnover, 1 penalty. Mac Jones did throw an interception. Time of possession favoring the 49ers, 17-13. So they held the ball. They did, again, a decent day. A decent day. How do you get to a decent day? Well, Mac Jones, 7-9, 70 yards. He did throw the pick. Brock came out in the first series, and this is what we want to get back to. How good and crisp and on schedule, but for a couple buried running plays, the 49ers first team offense looked, and it wasn't even the full first team, but Brock was out there. 5 for 7, 66 yards, a real nice average in 9.4. Nice opening drive for Brock Purdy. Kyle said that's enough. 2 quality runs for Corey Kiner. Of course, on the 19-yard run, he has hurt himself. We will get the latest out of Camp Kiner here, hopefully soon enough. He was carted off, but he walked to the cart, which is the best way you can actually get on a cart, even though good news never really travels on a cart. He at least walked to it under his own power. Jeff Wilson Jr. back with the team, averaging 4 yards per carry, 3 for 12. Mac Jones, you don't really want him running with the ball. You certainly don't want Purdy exposing himself. Patrick Taylor Jr., it's not on him. Patrick Taylor Jr. didn't even have an eyelash of space to run through. But Patrick Taylor Jr., minus 6 yards on 4 carries, that's not the number that any running back wants to put up. Again, 3 catches for Demarcus Robinson. The connection between Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall on that opening drive was evident and very welcome to see that. That was good news. But if you ask me, like, what's the single best development? It was how Purdy and Pearsall looked early together in this game. That is the best development of maybe the 49ers preseason so far, because that is a connection that will matter in the regular season for sure. It is great to have you all here. I told you that at halftime, you would be able to see me in sandwich form. There I am. You get yourself to Ike Sandwiches. I hope you live in an Ike Sandwich delivery area. I hope you are close to an Ike Sandwiches, and I hope there's one opening near you soon. All over the West Coast, expanding ever eastward. The Damon Bruce is available anywhere, baby, because I am delicious. You get steak sauce, beer battered onion rings. I mean, come on. Would you rather look at me for the rest of the show, or would you rather look at that? What I would not do, though, is put it on Dutch Crunch. I'm not a Dutch Crunch guy. It cuts the roof of my mouth. I don't like that. I'm a soft roll guy. Extra Godfather sauce, I even put red onions, even though it's got onion rings on it. And I hold the tomato on all of my sandwiches. I don't like a wet sandwich. I think a tomato wettens up a sandwich. By the way, when you got to go, make sure your mouth is not so dry, gets a little wet, go ahead and wet your whistle at the Dubliner West Portal here in San Francisco. Just a fantastic bar with a great couple bartenders, always usually holding down court. Kenny and John, what great guys at the Dubliner. Tell them that the Plu sent you. You can order that Ike sandwich to be delivered to you right at the Dubliner and just sit down and eat it. You can bring in whatever you want, go with your friends, meet new friends, and say to yourself, what about this bar works? It ain't even trying to be a great bar. It just is. Find out for yourself, Dubliner West Portal. Tell them that Damon sent you. Again, absolutely awesome having you all in here tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. We got San Bruno Mike. Come on, D's. Got to earn that bottle pull. Did you say D's? Come on, D's. Well.
Come on, D's. D's nuts.
I hear you. Thank you, San Bruno Mike. We got Brett. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. Oh, and oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
Thank you very, very much. So, I think it's time that we, I used to call the segment back in the day on KNBR, check the power of the tower. Where is everyone watching from right now? Tell us where you're watching from. Hop in that chat and tell me where you're watching. I know we got a lot of people in California, certainly Northern California, the Bay Area are in here. But what blows me away, what I absolutely love seeing, is how many people are tuning in from so far away. We got James in the 702. Thank you, James. We got ourselves a little San Jose, Bay Point, Sacktown, Modesto. Thank you, Doug. Good to have you. Northeastern Pennsylvania. Like Dunder Mifflin, we're in Scranton today. Thank you very much for checking in, Scranton. We got JJ Raider in Oakland, as always. That's why he gets the good weed. We're in Wyoming. We're not just in Dallas. We're at Love Field. Thank you, Sam Wise. We're in Richmond, Virginia. We're in Iowa. I love it. St. Petersburg, Florida. We got Rochester. We got Sunnyvale. We got someone saying Scranton rocks. Really? Are we being a little loose with the description of Scranton is? We got Redondo. We got West Seattle. We got St. Pete's, Florida. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, we're everywhere, baby. We are nationwide. Gotta love the YouTube. Oh, by the way, is that George Thorogood? They got George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers playing this halftime at Allegiant Stadium. That looked like George Thorogood. One bourbon, one shot, and one beer. Here's the deal. We're still working towards supers. We're working towards supers. We got Portland, Oregon in the house. We got Deerfield Beach in the house. We got Springfield, Ohio in the house. Ja wollt, Niner boy, Kinder Niner, ja wollt mein Herr. Corona. 91 in Chicago. Oh, Jason, I hope you're wearing shorts today. Oy. Bulgaria. I mean, if Bulgaria in the house doesn't deserve a bottle pull, I don't know what does. Again, George Thorogood, one bourbon, one shot, one beer. Here's that one shot right here. Get your halftime shooter. I'm telling you, the blackened whiskey still fantastic. Hello, Maryland. Hello, downtown Campbell. We be international. More Rochester. Shout out Schenectady. You're not that far away. Shout out upstate New York at all times. Chardonnay Dog. When not going to fish shows in Mexico, Chardonnay Dog and his boys rolling up in Napa. I met him at I believe I was you, Chardonnay Dog, at the luggage area in Cancun. Did I not? Were we not on that same flight to fish in Mexico a couple years ago? Twin Falls, Idaho. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Bulgaria. I don't know the national anthem of Bulgaria. We in the Philippines. By the way, what I am learning in real time with every experience I get with it, Filipino food might be, look at it this way, Filipino food needs to fire its agent. Filipino food needs to be more prolific than it actually is. It's delicious. Every time I sit down to eat Filipino, I'm blown away. We need more of it. We in Texas, get your barbecue. Bye-bye, Salinas. That's what I'm talking about. Damon, is it too late to cancel the game today? Fosse, yes, it is. I believe we are going to have a second half. So I got a bottle of Woodford Reserve upstairs, but John, you are sipping well. I'm glad you are. Yeah, lumpia, straight up. There is maybe no freaking greater representation of a delicious bite of food than a well-made, well-twisted up lumpia. God, they're so good. Crypto Burger, Damon Global, baby. Well, I don't know if I'm global, but YouTube certainly is, so I'll take it. We got Killeen, Texas. Killeen, did I say that right? Oh, you don't have to tell me to try some pho. You don't need to tell me about pho. This boy knows pho. And it is delicious. See, this is what we're talking about. ITMP. Hell yes. Filipino food. My go-to in Hayward. Yeah. Senior Sisig. Oh, that moved on me a little. Senior Sisig, the Cali burrito. Might I suggest that French fries in the burrito take a little bit away? It's like you're just putting a neutral flavor to sort of suck up other I'm not a big fan of the French fries in the burrito, but I love those Sisig burritos. Leave the French fries out of it. And that might be heresy for some of you. I understand it, but we got to be who we are here in the Bay Area, do we not? Again, a very interesting opening drive for the 49ers on a day where they told us we would see Brock Purdy, we would see George Kittle, we would see Diamador Lenore, we would see Ricky Pearsall, we would see Kyle Juszczyk. We saw them all. We saw 3/5 of the starting offensive line. We have not seen Trent Williams, Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. But before the game even started, we saw Brandon Ayuk running around a little, and that was good. Let me bring up some video if I can, please, for you here. Let me see. Where did I see this earlier? I know everybody's frustrated with Jake Moody. Everybody's pissed off with Jake Moody. Let me see if I can bring up a little something that won't piss you off. Let me see if I can bring up a little something here that'll actually make you happy. Let me share this right here. Hold on. I need a producer. One-man army over here. I'm going to go to Chase Senior's Twitter account. That's where I saw this. This is from a fan. Just J24 is the Niner fan who posted this pregame from Allegiant Stadium. But here it is. Here's Brandon Ayuk. Who's this? Brandon Ayuk, again, just in fancy sports. Look at that time cut. For a guy with a rebuilt knee, this is a nice time to Brandon Ayuk. Now, I can't hear him. But I've not seen Brandon out running like that. I'm happy with what I see. I don't think that they should be aggressive in getting him back. No, I need to follow for a couple of weeks. Not now, new hot. I think it's good. That's the news for Brandon Ayuk. I'm happy to see that. All right, we got ourselves a third quarter underway. We are at a halftime. Again, thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. We will be doing live stream watch parties all season long. So we're going to need more bottles of whiskey. We're certainly going to have to pay for that with your generous super chats, your memberships, the merch that you might want to pick up. Thank you very, very much for being a part of this goofy little community that we've been building now. This is going to be our third year already covering the NFL together here on YouTube. Our third year together. Time flies when you're having fun. And this is an awful, awful lot of fun. It truly is. I love hanging out with you. I'm honored that you're here. Chicago Jason says the real ones know, Damon, they don't need publicity. Korean, Filipino, Vietnamese. I'm going to tell you right now, Korean food and Vietnamese food has twice the agent that Filipino food has. I hear a lot about Korean food and Vietnamese food. Filipino food seems to be the forgotten, delicious Asian cousin that we need to talk more about. Goldie says, Philam cuisine in Daly City. You smell it before you even see it. I'm going to have to check that out. I'm not too far away from Daly City. By the way, I have eaten Jojibi. I do not like it. I don't. But if you wanted to have a fried chicken off, I don't think anybody in the South, I don't think your Aunt Mabel's cast iron pan fried chicken wants to go neck to neck with like Korean fried chicken. It's so good. It's so good. The Asians have kicked our ass in the electronics department, with the Clean Cities department, in the Polite Society department, and in the fried chicken department. What are we doing, America? Oh, 49ers Red Zone saying he's going to pack the bowl now. Well, that's how you get through third quarters of preseason football games. Raheem Mostert in a Raiders jersey. Raheem Mostert obviously was in a Dolphins jersey after he was in a 49ers jersey. Raheem Mostert had one of the great playoff games in Niners history. Raheem Mostert, even though he went to Purdue, very nice guy. I really like Raheem Mostert. Let's see what he looks like out here for the Raiders, who obviously don't want to see Genty exposed to too much, right? Craig's Kitchen wants everyone who wasn't watching early on how good Purdy looked, and he did. Purdy looked in rhythm. He looked like he had a little kismet with Ricky Pearsall. I was very happy with the little bit that we saw out of Brock Purdy today. And again, preseason football for the 49ers with everyone always getting hurt, less is more. I will take a less is more Purdy approach with zero regret. I wish they could pull out right now 5'10", Steve, and just say, you know what, we've seen what we needed. We worked out the guys we wanted to work out. That joint practice, we got all we need. We're good. We're leaving. Seriously, I would bubble wrap anybody who is playing week one. I would have nothing but about to be cuts out there from here on out. Oh, but Sebastian, look, by the way, watch Sebastian Valdez, number 55, in the middle of the 49ers defensive line. That's where we're going to put our eyes. By the way, Chase Lucas, you keep on having a preseason, young man. Chase Lucas, did he pick that off? Did he get that? Chase Lucas, did you get that? Chase Lucas had the safety sack early in the 49er Bronco game. Chase Lucas right here absolutely jumped that route. Chase Lucas is on this damn team. If he's not on this damn team, why do we play preseason football? Guys making plays. Chase Lucas probably doesn't have great odds to make this team, but he keeps making plays. And I don't know if the 49ers are in position to leave a playmaker off their roster in the name of we hope it might be with someone else. Go for you. Good going, Chase Lucas. Good going. Stephen Beer. Chase Lucas is killing it. He really is, man. He's making plays. That's all you want to see in preseason games. You want flashes. You want some chemistry building. Chase Lucas looks like he's got chemistry with guys out there and is making plays around him. Shout out George Lucas. All the Lukai. Happy to see that from Chase. Yeah, here's the thing. As long as he's not 54, he can be number 53 if he's the last guy in the roster. Get this guy a roster spot. But when we come back to the 49ers defense, they'll obviously be on offense after the Chase Lucas interception. But when we come on back, what we're going to do together, we're going to put our eyes on the same player. We are going to spend the rest of this game watching number 55, Sebastian Valdez. Sebastian Valdez is an undrafted free agent out of Washington. He has flashed an awful lot in preseason games, in joint practices, in training camp, in mini camp, in rookie camp, in camp Titicaca, Camp Kananga. He's looked really good. And we're going to watch Sebastian Valdez together. And that's really all we're watching when the next defense comes out. We're just going to watch Sebastian Valdez together and see if that guy can make this team. How are you going to say goodbye to Chase Lucas when he keeps on making plays like that? And now Mac Jones out there firing darts. Robbie Chosen. See if Robbie Chosen with a disintegrating wide receiver core has a shot of making this team. He's another fringe guy. Probably not. But, man, we'll see what Robbie Chosen looks like. We'll see what Russell Gage Jr. looks like before this game is over, I'm guessing. Jeff Wilson, for a said goodbye to before, is back in this world of 49er football now. He has looked good today. Still waiting on hearing on Pooney and Kiner's injuries. Braden Willis is still on this roster right now. No seal on that block, though, Braden. Not that it was all him, but that's gobbled up in the backfield for Jeff Wilson Jr. Well, who are we watching here on offense? That's a great question, Craig's Kitchen. Let's keep our eye on number 75, Connor Colby. Let's see if he's got a shot to make this team as its starting left guard. Is that asking too much? 75, great job, pass pro right there. Mac Jones nearly throws another interception, but that is pass interference. It looked like there was a little grabbing in the pattern. You cheater, number 41. Vance Jr. It's to the point, too, where, Mac Jones is a guy that you want some seasoning, but you also don't want to get your backup quarterback hurt because you will be comfortable going to Mac Jones. You'll never be comfortable going to Mac Jones. Let me rephrase that. But you might have to go to Mac Jones here, which means I don't need to see much more of Mac Jones in this game. I don't think Mac Jones is ever going to truly impress us, but could he hold the job down for a week or two? I do think he checks that box. First down. Is that Terrell Owens Jr.? There it is. That is Tariq Owens. Excuse me, not Terrell Owens Jr. Tariq Owens. Owens. Not quite that dramatic, but there you go. Made a catch in a preseason game for a guy who's trying to make a roster. That can't be a bad thing. Nice little slant to not Denard, but Robbie Chosen on the very next play. There's a nice little pickup for Mac Jones. Play was there. He saw it. He read it. Boom. 3 first downs in a row. Yeah, Craig's Kitchen. I thought so too. 3 first downs in a row. Boom, boom, boom. Stack good plays. That's what you do in preseason football. Just stack good plays. Again, let's put our eyes back on Connor Colby, left guard. Nice little push there. Jeff Wilson Jr. on a carry. He didn't go far, but I'm watching interior offense. I didn't even watch Jeff Wilson Jr. where he carried that ball. By the way, on my YouTube TV stream, I'm sitting here at 8:23, 22, 8:21. Oh, no, they just took the clock down to put up some Mac Jones. Mac Jones is 10 of 12 for 118 yards. He did throw an interception earlier in this game. But here we are, 8:12, 8:11, 8:10, 8:09, 8:08. Ball is snapped. Mac Jones drops back. I'm doing play-by-play for a third quarter preseason game, which is a little nuts. Mac gets up a little gingerly. He walked. He's okay. He's a little ginger there. Look at they cut to Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan is deep breathing it on 4th and 2. And yeah, go for it. Absolutely go for it. Short yardage, small yardage. We don't need to see. I mean, here's the thing. Is Kyle going for it on 4th and 2 because he really wants to go for it on 4th and 2? Or is he trying to protect Jake Moody from missing a 36-yard field goal? And on 4th and 2, Mac Jones picks it up. Absolutely. First down to Tongas. Don't let Jake kick. They didn't let Jake kick. Let's see. Did I just miss any supers? Nope. Last super was right here. Here's to swimming with bow-legged women. That's an easy one to remember. Thank you very much. Mac Jones, a little play action, a little dump off. Russell Gage Jr. with the reception. Small pickup there. Kyle's like, fuck Moody. Here's the thing. No, you want to run that play. That wasn't a screw Jake Moody moment. That was a let's work on 4th and short moment, I think, for a team in the preseason more than anything else. Jeff Wilson Jr. again up the middle. Let's keep our eyes on Connor Colby again. Connor Colby, how you looking? There he is, number 75. Gets out of a block. Stays up, moves guys, gets to second level, came off of a guy, but there you go. Good rep for Connor Colby. Got ourselves a good-looking drive here. Yeah, absolutely. This is a good-looking drive. There's some good push right there. By the way, I'm so happy to let you know that we've got over 250 people in the room. We've got 235 likes. We're a little short on the likes. Go ahead, make that algorithm kiss us on the forehead. Hit that like button. Go ahead, leave a comment. But more than anything else, you know another football fan, you know a Niner fan, you like someone who would be a good part of our chat, invite one of your friends. The best advertisement I could get is you inviting your friends to come and watch with you over here. So thank you very much. If you would take that message to the people for me, I would appreciate it. Can we sign Justin Tucker when he is suspended? First of all, Justin Tucker was awful last year. So no, you cannot be missing field goals and getting hand jobs allegedly from masseuses. You can't. All right, 3rd and 7, a red zone play. What do you got? Oh, I'll tell you what we got. We either got a false start or we got offsides on the Raiders. I think the Raiders got a little too frisky right there. Oh, no, they are calling a false start. They're saying it's on you, Spencer Burford. Is that what that is? 76? Is that Burford? Or is that Isaiah Prince? Excuse me, Isaiah Prince. Guys working out trying to become a swing tackle on this team. Again, their swing tackle that they were hoping for, Andre Dillard, comes off the pup and immediately goes on the IR, and that's just the haunted 49ers. 3rd and 12. What do you got from just outside the 10? What do you got? You got a wide open 49er receiver. Is that Chosen again, or is that, that's Gage Jr., Russell Gage Jr.? He is going to be down at about the 3-yard line. Kyle, run a play. Kyle, run 4th and short here in the red zone. You need to work on your red zone. 4th and 3, Kyle. Don't run your field goal unit in there, Kyle. Go ahead, work on a rep in your red zone. It is a meaningless game. No one gives a shit. If Jake Moody makes this, who cares? Gage tried to put the boogie on the corner, but that's a good tackle. And we got Mac Jones still out on the field. Or is Mac Jones walking towards the sideline now? 4th and 3. Did Kyle call a timeout? Are they going to talk about this? Again, don't run your kick team on. It's a chip shot field goal. You don't, again, however Jake Moody's going to get his confidence back, making little chippies like that ain't going to be it. He's got to string together a sequence of made 50-plus yard field goals to work on self-confidence. I want to see red zone production. I want to see a red zone snap. It would be a total bitch move to go ahead and send in the field goal unit, and what do you know? Kyle is playing it like he's got a pair. Let's go. 4th and 3. What do you got, Kyle? What do you got? What do you got? What play you've been working on all preseason, all training camp to look good on 4th and 3 at Allegiant Stadium? Never forget. Touchdown. No? Pushed out a field goal, chosen in the back of the end zone, looked like his foot came down out of bounds. Flag on the play. Was a false start. Was that on Prince again? Did Prince just false start? It wasn't Prince that false started. And now Moody comes on since it's 4th and 8. Again, I wouldn't even have Moody out there at 4th and 8. I'd run another play, Kyle. I really would. Now they're going to kick. That's got to piss Kyle off. Mac Jones is like, fuck, come on, man. What are you doing? If Jake Moody misses this, a 26-yard attempt, if Jake Moody misses this, they should leave him in Las Vegas. Don't even let him fly home with the team. Dude, he just snuck it in the left upright. Oh, my God. I mean, yeah, I would have, technically he made it, but geez. 13 all. It's the most exciting football game, maybe of all time. I mean, let's be honest. That's where we are here. Jay Odyssey says, poor Pooty needs to be cut anyway. I'm telling you, man, whenever they zoom in to Jake Moody's face mask, I do not see a young man brimming with confidence. I'll give you that much. I will give you that much. I mean, here's what I'm going to tell you about kickers. I hate them. Seriously, I hate kickers. You never draft a kicker. You go get any one of these guys off the street at all times. That's what you want with a kicker. You know, for the Niners to have wasted a draft pick on a struggle, I mean, you can find a struggling kicker off the street any day you want. To draft a struggling kicker is just a draft day sacrilege. I do believe they will fly him home, Edward. I do believe they will fly him home. I think this is a good way to say it, Jedi. Moody, he's got like the permanent yips. Chef A, he got lucky. Jesus, God, I can't believe this is only preseason. It's time to order what Ativan. We're working on stress drugs. Yeah, Dallas found their guy in the UFL. You know, the 49ers got like several guys from the UFL that they signed this past week playing in this game right now. He is, I think you're right, Shannon. He is a little stuck inside his own head. There's no doubt about that. Moody, he needs Tony Robbins to hypnotize him. I am become death destroyer of words. Look, there's a lack of confidence in there. But by the way, self-confidence, the key word isn't confidence. The key word is self. They're showing Bosa, who it looks like Nick Bosa put olive oil on before he put his shirt on to go warm up before the game, a game that he has not played in. You don't want Nick Bosa to play him, but he is an absolute physical specimen of the first degree. Nick Bosa is he's the Hulk. All right, now, so we're going to have the 49ers back on defense. Let's watch Sebastian Valdez, who's hopefully still out in this game getting reps here. We got 4:08 remaining in the third quarter. We got a flag on a special teams play. Let's see what that is. Hopefully it's against the Raiders. Improving special teams is one of the easiest ways to have a much better year than last year. 49ers special teams were just dreadful all last year. We got a decline penalty on the return team and now a accepted penalty on the return team. That was not on the 49ers special teams, that penalty. Good. Yeah, third round pick. It's just a good, I mean, you telling me that this team wouldn't have a better offensive line right now if they had not drafted Jake Moody and took any offensive lineman available in that third round of that draft? Good God. By the way, San Bruno, Mike, thank you again. He is multiple dipping with a super, saying the Niners need to hire Lucy to help Moody. Maybe that's it. Well, Lucy never really gave an awful lot of football confidence, though. Got Derek Canteen in on that tackle. Is Sebastian Valdez even out there right now? Do you see 55? They got Hector. They got Bradley King. They got Surratt. Bruce Hector is in the middle of this team. I do not see Sebastian Valdez out there. I do see it looks like a Niners lined up off sides. Just lined up off sides. Who is that on the left edge? 69. No, he wasn't offsides. It looked offsides to me on my TV. Yeah, that is Bradley and I. I thought Bradley and I got hurt this week and we wouldn't see him at all in this game. So Bradley and I didn't get hurt. That's great. Or is that another 69 and they've got just multiple numbers out there? Duplicate numbers on a roster that doesn't have 100 players is ridiculous. 3rd and 3. Niner defense. What are you doing on 3rd and 3? I don't see Sebastian Valdez. I do see Nick Martin making a tackle, but I also see a first down for the Raiders offense. But Nick Martin got over there fast, man. He is fast. Nick Martin is going to drive you, I think, a little bit batty with how out of control and over pursuit he does sometimes with the team, but he gets there. I know that Nick Martin was a guy that a lot of people wanted to see bashed after that loss to the Denver Broncos, and he did miss tackles and he did have some glaring mistakes, but man, he's in the picture. Nick Martin gets himself in the picture, and I do appreciate that. I do respect it. Craig's Kitchen. Thank you. Did I miss this? I'm pretty gutted that Moody missed a 53-yarder indoors, no wind, no rush. There's my first donation to the jar. Craig, I'm sorry that I had missed that earlier. Craig, thank you for breaking your ganja jar virginity. I thank you greatly. And yeah, you don't want to be missing field goals that are essentially football pressureless indoors in the preseason. You just don't want to see the shanks a lot on that particular play. But thank you very much for the super. Sorry I missed that earlier. We try to get to them as quickly as we can. I think this is also fair. Tuba Sun God, I'd still rather watch Moody kick than any more Giants games. Yeah, Moody kicking or Giants hitting. What is harder to take on your soul? Thank you very much, Craig. I'm glad that you were around here for the thank you. I hate it when somebody gives a super and then didn't stick around for the acknowledgement. Hey, you remember those good old days when Robbie Gould and Phil Dawson would be automatic 3 points? Robbie Gould, the most reluctant 49er of all time. Robbie Gould liked kicking field goals. He didn't like being a 49er very much, I don't think. That is an incomplete pass. I don't think that's a catch and a fumble. That's just an incomplete pass. I appreciate the get up, make a play, pick the ball up, and run with it, Surratt, but that's incomplete. Guy wearing big dog shoes can't be number 45. See, number 45 doesn't really offend me. I would like all my linebacker numbers to start with a 5, but 45's not bad. 45's not bad. To me, what is Braden Willis? Braden Willis, tight end, wearing number 9. That is much more offensive to me than a linebacker wearing 45 from a numerical number offense standpoint. Yeah, Zothmus, like Moody Giants. No, thank you. Did I miss a Valdez play? Hold on, here I was reading. I missed a Sebastian Valdez play. Let me put my eyes back on the game that we're watching together, shall we? Like and subscribe. Thank you so very, very much. Eat at Ike's, drink at the Dubliner West Portal. Great to have you here with 1:25 remaining in the third quarter of this preseason tilt between two iconic franchises, the 49ers and the Raiders. We're going to commercial on CBS. Show me Beyonce. Nope. I got a Niner team promo running on YouTube right now. Yeah, Martin got beat. Coverage skills. Again, he's raw, but there's real talent there. He's talent. He's talent, man. He's got talent. He just needs to learn how to feel the game better, and that's a tough thing to ask a rookie. Hey, have a veteran's feel and touch for a football game, even though you haven't even played 4 quarters of professional football. SF Indigo. Am I the only person who liked Zito's 75? I actually thought it worked for Zito. It did. And you know what he said? He liked the flat, that each number had like a flat shelf for Zito to go over. That's how he explained it, I think, in his initial press conference there, why he took number 75. I don't mind it. By the way, I used to not like any big number in a football game. Now I like big duplicate, like 88, 77, 66. I like those. 99, Aaron Judge. I think that's dope. 99 is just a dope number, period. Yeah, even Madden has no idea who the starters are for the 49ers. Yeah, when the video game's confused, I hear you. All right, now we're talking 8 and 88 are the 2 best receiver numbers. I like numbers. I like my receivers' numbers in the 80s. Agreed. Sebastian Valdez, I think, is right there over the ball. There he is, 55. Nice push for Valdez. There should only be 3 quarters in preseason football. I would agree with that. And yes, 99 is dope. Alden Smith, 99. DeForest Buckner, 99. My football number, I wore 55 and 77. I like the duplicate number. I like the double number. I had double nickels and 77. I fancied myself more of a linebacker at the beginning of my football career. Then I realized you're much more of an offensive lineman. So I switched. James, nice. Thank you, James. I'm glad you approve. 99, kind of a hockey-ish number. Guy named Wayne, no doubt. First and 20. Raiders cheating. I think Sebastian Valdez is now out of this. You know, they're going to use him, I think, a little bit more on on running downs than rushing downs, and on 1st and 20, I guess you're looking at this is your backup NASCAR package, maybe. I don't know. Nice little breakup there. Saran Neal. Another, a free agent safety signing. An awful lot of special teams targeted coming this way for Saran Neal. At least that was the original plan. Nice little play there. It's that preseason excitement that's got me yawning. Surratt with a nice little tackle up there. I mean, that's the thing. Guy gets to you, stick him where you touch him. No more yards past me. End of the third quarter. End of the third quarter at Allegiant Stadium. We got a 13-13 game here, and the pressure. You could cut it with there's no pressure. We'll see. You can actually wrap up this big game with a win. What a big game this is. What a huge football game. Hey, by the way, Venardi Zerata Injury Attorneys is the commercial that I'm watching right here. They spend an awful lot of money on Niner insignia. I wonder what that deal was. To get Fred Warner in a Niner uniform and then wearing a pullover with a Niner logo. You'll see like an awful lot of, hey, we're a 49er partner, and they'll do a commercial with a player in the middle of Levi's Stadium, but you don't see any 49er logos. You sure don't see a 49er uniform. They spend a lot of money on that. No doubt. Hi, Dane. Thank you very much for being here. San Bruno, yeah, wake me when it's the regular season. I mean it. I don't want to see anybody else get hurt in a meaningless snap of football before here and Seattle. And oh, by the way, that Seattle game is, make no doubt about it, 22 days away, 3 weeks away from Sunday tomorrow, 1:00 Seattle. It's go time. Here's what I want to see remaining in this preseason. Make the right roster choices. Pretty much got all the evidence that you need to make those decisions right now, I would think anyways. I want to see Chase Lucas on this roster. I hope Sebastian Valdez makes it too. Nobody else gets hurt the rest of the way. That's it. Finding the guy you didn't expect to even make the team is less important now than staying healthy with what you got the rest of the way. Again, is Sebastian Valdez back in there for this one? 3rd and 17. I see it bent over 5. I don't know if that's 55 or 65. Thrown underneath. Nick Martin on that. Chase Lucas on that. There you go. Okay. What we need now, more than anything else, is a running clock. That's what we're looking for right now more than anything else. Man, Nick Martin came in there with a nice stick. Man, Nick Martin. I mean, look at Nick Martin's arms and shoulders and look at that tackle. That's nice. 4th and 8. Long field goal attempt coming up for the Raiders. Somewhere Jake Moody's like, thank God they're not asking me to do this. This is a long field goal attempt for Carson. He got it. $54-yard field goal for Carlson. We got kicking envy. Wow, a reliable kicker? How about that? Wish we had one. Yeah, Carlson's good. JP says Valdez or Chase Lucas. If you had to cut one, which are you cutting? Neither. I think both are on the team. I really do. I was thinking, who is the defensive tackle I'd be more comfortable keeping at the back end of that roster? I don't know. And Chase Lucas, again, am I gonna be happier with Trey Brown sticking around than him? I don't think so. I refuse to participate in your hypothetical question. I want both on the roster. I'm going to try to speak it into existence. It does feel like the Raiders have had the ball for the entire second half. It does feel like that so far. Yeah, you probably could get, here's the thing though. Lucas has put some real plays on tape. I just missed a Junior Bergen return. If he's on this team, it's going to be because they just think he is the best return guy that they can find. Have we still got Mac Jones in this game, or have they moved on to Bradley, who just looked terrible last week? Carter Bradley is indeed in the game. Gus Bradley's son, who looked just god-awful. Let's see what he looks like in this one. But when you're in Carter Bradley time, you know you have taken a broadcast or a live stream about as far as it really needs to go. Is that a handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr.? Was that Jeff's carry? Or did they even get Jeff out of the game? That was Keyshawn Vaughn. Drew Moss is in this game. Let's see how Drew Moss looks at guard. I mean, this is the portion of the game that you got to go back and you got to rewatch it if you're a sicko like me to find out what's really going on. There was no push up front there for Keyshawn Vaughn, and it looks like this is going to bring up a short yardage situation for the Niners. The good news, though, is the clock is still ticking. 12:28, 27, 12:26, 12:25, 12:24. Oh, damn it. We got a Raider now laying down. They're going to stop the clock from ticking. Get up, you fucking bum. You're not hurt. Easy for me to say. Who is better, Bosa or Crosby? Either way, you've got one of the best defensive ends in the sport of football. I mean, I don't think you can get much better than either one of those guys outside TJ Watt and maybe one or two other guys, Myles Garrett. I mean, you're talking about the elite of the elite defensive ends existing on the planet right now. Crosby has, he got a little bit banged up last year. I think Nick Bosa is a special player, but Max Crosby's a special player. Either way, you got a guy who's got Defensive Player of the Year candidate written all over him. Like, you can't do better than that. The virtual measurement moment of the game. Now here we go. Sugar not close. It's Crosby. No, it is close. Like, if you stack together who's got more sacks and the amount of games, it's very similar. Either way, you got a total stud crashing down on a quarterback. You really, really do. See, Bill, this is unfair. It says Crosby makes big plays, Bosa doesn't. Bosa is one of the most steady Eddie pressures in the league. And I'm going to give you another clue that you seem to do not. Max Crosby has yet to play in a big game that matters in the NFL. Max Crosby plays in absolutely pressureless, meaningless football games in which the rest of his team is usually out of before anything happens. I'll tell you that Nick Bosa's team doesn't lose 10 in a row. They don't. You know, Nick Bosa's played in big games. Max Crosby has only heard about them or watched them. Max Crosby has yet to play in the high-stakes poker room in any casino of an NFL game. Nick Bosa has. So that's the difference between the two of them. Individually, they're both spectacular. From a who's actually played in a big game, we haven't even seen what a big game does to Max Crosby. He's never been in one. That's a first down. I'm not saying it's the greatest first down ever picked up, but it's certainly the first down picked up at the 12-minute mark here of the fourth quarter. I appreciate that, Bill, who brought it up, saying that's true, Damon. Good point. See, this is what I love about this chat room. You know, you can get excited about a player. You can thump your chest. If somebody brings up a good point, whether it be the host or someone else, and you're like, you know what? That does make me think of things a little bit differently. I'm going to tell you this right now. Max Crosby is an A+. I think Nick Bosa is an A+. You know, maybe we grade Bosa as an A- because you're tired of seeing the nuance of his game where Crosby does give you that, you know, incredible sack total at times, but either way. Damon, Bosa was a defensive rookie of the year, the defensive player of the year. Crosby, nothing. Again, though, you're not going to win either of those awards without better teammates around you for the most part. You know, how about this? If you really want to say if Max Crosby hasn't seen the big leverage snaps that Bosa's seen in real big games and playoff games and shit that matters in the postseason, I'll make that point. And if my point were defending Crosby, the point that I would make to argue it might be him, and it might be. I mean, that's the thing. Either way, you get an awesome player. Max Crosby's basically out there doing it alone. Like anything Max Crosby has done, he's done by himself on an inconsequential 10 other players playing defense around him for the most part. I think both are fantastic. I prefer a tattoo-free Nick Bosa over, you know, Max Crosby. Like as soon as you bring your tattoo game like up your neck, you look like the back of a bathroom door in a truck stop to me. Like if you need a neck tattoo, you've taken it a little bit too far. Like the neck tattoo says, I have an uncle who touched me. That's all I see. I've been sexually abused portion of the body to tattoo. You want to see a ruined life? I'll show you a ruined life. Look at what you've done. You'd spoiled me. Oh, Robbie Chosen, you got to hold on to that ball, young man. A nice ball from Mac Jones, maybe a little bit too hard. No, excuse me. We got Bradley out there. Carter Bradley, just a lit. No, that really wasn't too high. That was a beautiful ball from Bradley. Brad, you got to catch that, Chosen. You will not be chosen to make this roster with a drop like that. Carter Bradley, beautiful ball, buddy. You didn't throw a single beautiful ball all last week. That was a nice ball. You should have caught that one. Here comes Jake Moody. Are you ready for a Jake Moody field goal trying to tie this game up? By the way, I hope we don't have overtime rules. Jake Moody, field goal, it's good. Again, just like the Super Bowl, had he not missed a field goal earlier in the game, the 49ers would be leading right now 19-16, but it's tied 16-all, and Jake Moody, you needed that, buddy. Nice ball, though, from Carter Bradley. After a week of nothing but ugly balls, that was a nice ball. That was a drop. That was a drop. Not the chosen one. How about this? He's chosen to not make this football team. It was a 50-yarder. Redemption. 50-yarder. That's good. Again, look, Moody has leg talent. Period. It's the noodle. It's the scrambled eggs. Moody's got a leg. Does he have a mind to do this game? To succeed at this level? Again, thanks to all of you for your supers. Thanks to all of you for watching right now. Thanks to each and every one of you for thinking about being back here every single 49er game this season. I mean, I can't wait to see what this grows into. And at one point during this season, will we have 1,000 people in the room all watching together? Boy, I sure hope so. This has grown exponentially since our first football season together. Here we are in year 3. I can't wait to see, as I've been saying, where we are in year 6. I can't wait to see where we are in year 6 of this year. And I do have a goal that I'm going to continue to share with you. The goal is this. I want 50,000 subs by the bye week. That would be very aggressive growth for the channel. Call a friend, call a neighbor, tell a football fan, hopefully about Damon Bruce Plus, and keep on stacking subs on top of subs. We're trying to stack subs like every player on this field is trying to stack good rep after good rep. So thanks for being a part of this growth. It really means a lot. I mean, I know who all the OGs are in here. All of them. All of them. This is a shot. He's Sean Estes, former Giants pitcher of the NFL. He can't handle the pressure. Oh, dude, Estes was good. Come on. Well, I think the biggest, the biggest, most embarrassing moment of Estes is when he was trying to throw at Roger Clemens and threw behind him. All of them, OG, or Old Dirty Hungus. I know you're an OG. I asked my wife if she wanted a Damon Bruce. Damn you, DB. Oh, let me get into your wife's mouth. You'll both be happy. JP from the 510 since day one. No doubt about it, JP. I think you're one of the original members. But seriously, I thank you all for being here. Always. I really, really do. My favorite part of this game right now is that during a George Kittle interview, we got a running clock. Running clock. By the way, George Kittle's 78 catches led the team last year. That number needs to go up, either for Kittle or somebody else to do it. Oh, we're under the 9-minute mark now. Nothing. We don't give them nothing. Jay Odyssey, we need a Bane state of the Niners. Dude, I'm not sports Bane. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Regular Ryan, man, I've been a fan of you since you joined 95.7 in 2014. Used to send texts on the text line. Was happy when they would get read. Regular Ryan, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Emilio said, Damon, would you like a Miracle Whip Tasty? Damon, you would like a Miracle Whip Tasty but unreal. You mean I am okay. Okay. We are like Miracle Whip. There's definitely not it didn't come from nature, but you enjoy it. Yeah, tick, 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 tick. That's all we're looking for. Tick, 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 tick. By the way, Kyle knows that's what everybody's looking for right now. Pete Carroll knows that that's what everybody's looking for right now. Nobody wants to call a pass play. Nobody wants this game to go on for another, wants to go on for a lick more than the 7 and 20 seconds. You don't want to push this to 15 more minutes of real time. Damon, we need a weekly quad box. You, Larry, Sam, JT, or JD during wake up during the season. We will bring you guests throughout the season. I can promise you that. Look at San Bruno Mike, a member for 19 months. Sports Bane is only for the initiated. I would agree with that. I would agree with that. Trent Baalke interviews were like getting a new episode of primetime Game of Thrones. Damon, I'd rather not answer your questions, these deep, intimate, personal questions about my Thanksgiving meal preferences. I'm going to have to lie about that. Damon, Sports Illustrated reporting that one of the 49ers offensive linemen got hurt. Yeah, Pooney's knee was hurt earlier in this game. Do we have any severity coming out? Let me go a little Matt Mayoko Twitter, see if we got any updates from Matt Mayoko. So here's the deal. 1 minute ago, Jennifer Lee Chan shared this photo that I'm about to share with you. And this is good news, because you know what you don't do when you got severely hurt guys back in the locker room? You don't let your severely hurt player come out to sit on your bench without a wrap on his injured knee, just chilling if he's really, really hurt. This is Dominic Pooney. And I'm not saying that he is uninjured, but that is the universal sign from Dominic Pooney that it's not a severe injury. That's the single best moment of this game. Because I don't care who might have looked good earlier, or another nice play out of Chase Lucas, or Brock and Ricky Pearsall showed us that they got a nice little connection together. None of that matters if Dominic Pooney gets hurt in this game. This is the best part of this entire broadcast right now. We got 260 people in the room about right now, and this is the best moment of this entire live stream. Look at that picture of Dom Pooney. Just sitting there. No wraps, no braces, no air casts. No, he didn't even have an ace bandage on his hurt knee. They ain't even icing that puppy. That's a good picture. Oh, I feel better. You know what? Bottle pull. Dominic Pooney's knee gets a bottle pull right here and now. Cheers, Prost, Nostrovia, all that good stuff. L'chaim. From Vernon, he says, your conversation with Larry about possibly preventing injuries, having a bigger roster is very smart. I think you're onto something. There's nothing we can do to make the game of football safer. What you can do, the best friend you can be to the sport of football, is trying to maintain continuity the deeper you get into your depth chart. Now, those players back at the depth chart will never be as good as the players at the top of the depth chart, but players who have been allowed to spend several seasons in a row on a depth chart learn enough to fugazi you through some watchable football in what would be otherwise unwatchable circumstances. A 53-man game day roster should be expanded to 70, or excuse to 60 at the very least. And then your total team roster should be allowed to go up to 80. You should be able to keep 20 guys on your practice squad. What does it cost the NFL? Nothing but a little bit of money to ensure that games stay watchable, teams with injury problems remain in the hunt. It would only be good for the sport. So thank you, Venom. I'm glad that you watched that. I appreciate it. Is Damon smoking as well? No, Copernicus tail. We are not puffing away in here. We have to maintain some level of decorum. Jay, the next CBA should ask for 60-men rosters. Here's the thing. Do you want to go from 17 to 18 games? Because once you get to 18 games, the very next thing is going to be 20. Did you see what the Big Ten did today? The Big Ten wants now like 24 teams in the college football playoff. They're never going to stop asking for more. So in a world of sports, in a world of football that's never going to be satisfied with the amount that they're giving us, they're always going to ask for more. How do you continue to give more watchable football? You need more players. You need more roster space. It wouldn't hurt, and it would cost the league the equivalent of nothing. So thank you, Jay. Thank you, Venom. Thanks to everyone who watched that wake up. Thanks to everyone who's been watching videos that we've been putting on. I thought that was a strong segment from Wake Up as well. I cut it. I trimmed it. I put it up on a video. The thumb didn't do very well. I changed the thumb today. Let me know how it's working. JP from the 510. VNA. VNA is currently 3 sheets to the wind off the soju. Let me tell you how great it was to hang out with JP from the 510 and his absolutely beautiful wife, VNA, over in Japan. We had some beers together. We had lunch together. They had shown up for a Star Wars convention and brought my boys lovely gifts from Disney, from Star Wars. What a beautiful family you got there, JP. So thank you to VNA. By the way, the boys got that Darth Maul thing that you gave them, the Darth Maul sheet. I'm sure they're called something because it's Japanese style. I don't know what that is. But thank you very, very much. It's hanging up in their room right now. George Kittle showing us smelling salts he's got in his pocket. And we got ourselves, bad news, everybody. The Raiders have taken the lead on a field goal. It is now 19-16. And we'll see if the 49ers, with 3:41 remaining, can generate the single most important drive of the Kyle Shanahan era. There's no overtime. There's no preseason overtime, right? We don't do that, right? We just they don't try to even play like an overtime session, and then if it goes tight, then we're going to tie it. Like we're not doing that, are we? Look at it this way: if we are, and they ask Jake Moody to miss another one, I'd rather him miss it than have a minute of overtime in this goddamn football game. That's right. I thought so too. Yeah. No preseason overtime. Thank the Lord. Any word on the Corey Kiner injury? It looked to be ankle related. He was carted off the field. The good news is he walked to the cart from the field. So he was putting his full body weight on this ankle. I don't have the official diagnosis for you, but hopefully it's good news on Corey Kiner. Yeah, you don't need extra innings in spring training either. Actually, that's not true. It's spring training. The whole concept of we can't have overtime is you don't want anyone hurt in junk overtime football in the preseason. No one's getting hurt in baseball games. Knock on wood. But, this is not a injury. Survivability is always the question with every single pitch of a baseball game. What I am at is at a spring training game, sitting in beautiful weather. So, give me extra innings in spring training. I mean, I'm just going down there to jerk off. So let's play more baseball jerk offs. That's the way I'd look at it. At no point in time during a football game are you just comfortable just like hanging around and jerking off. There's too much that could go wrong at all times. And yes, let's come back to this again. Pooney not wearing a brace, that's a good sign. There he is, just sitting there. They don't even have an ace bandage on that knee, holding a bag of ice. That is a good sign. We got Habes for Life 41. Why is there spam? Are we getting spammed? I'm not seeing any spam here. Or do you mean like, why is there spam in the world? Well, maybe we got this guy, Edward. He's posted the same thing a few different times, but that's not bad. Like spamming to me is some like lame daily fantasy football thing asking you to come join. That's a real unwelcome spam. That's just a guy getting happy. Or Edward, how about this? Edward, back the fuck off. You're overdoing it. Oh, see, he already knows. He already knows. My apologies. Edward just got excited. I think Edward just wanted me to see something. I've seen it, Edward. Edward, thank you for being here. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, I hate how expensive spring training games are now. It is absurd. By the way, I don't go to Vegas anymore because of how expensive everything in Las Vegas has become. A bottle of Voss water in the club is like running you $33. You can't do it anymore. It's ridiculous. Edward Austin. I'm just excited. Well, I mean, that is the magic of fourth quarter of preseason football games. It's an exciting time for all of us. But what I do want you to do is hit like and subscribe. Edward Austin, you are more than welcome to be back here at any point in time. As Carter Bradley gets thrown to the turf in a disgraceful sack, Carter Bradley's like, what happened? I didn't even see what happened. I just saw the sack. Who got beat? Who got drubbed? Well, first of all, that was a terrible chip block there from Keyshawn Vaughn. Was that Pleasance who got eaten up? Spam and eggs. People are excited about spam. The delicious spam, right? I mean, it's just a pork product, right? Why people get all kinds of squirrely and upset around spam. I'm not one of those people. What do we got here? Dude, that Beyonce ad is insane. Seriously, man, she bends over. Beyonce in a Levi's ad showing you what the doggy style looks like. I mean, she is really just giving it away. Look, I understand Beyonce is a pop star and she wants to maintain a level of allure and sexuality, but at the same time, I'll also be like, you got kids, lady. Why are you giving away to cheeky cheeks when you got a kid at home watching that? Like, imagine, what's her name? Blue Ivy. You got to watch your mom bend over like she's about to get run. Ugh. I mean, like, I know she's probably making a lot of money for selling some Levi's, but see, Sydney Sweeney has no kids. So Sydney Sweeney can show off all the goodies and, no problem there. "510 says, I've married into spam. Filipina. There you go. Again, Filipino food. Very good. Anthony Novello, Beyonce. She is, I mean, here's the thing. Beyonce, you should probably put it away. You're at the age of graceful decorum kicking in. At the same time, girl, you still got it. I trust Beyonce more than I trust Jake Moody. She delivers still. She does. But I mean, that's the thing. Like, she's got a daughter. Like, this is a woman who sold millions of albums, millions of songs. She's incredibly talented. She's a great entertainer, but she's still got to, like, at her age, just be selling TNA in a jeans commercial. Like, come on, right? Got some Span Masubi going on here. Purdy is good. So is Span Masubi. 49er for life. Cheeky Cheeks. Oh, dude, she got a dump truck back there. In a good way. All right, 4th and 8. Carter Bradley. Did he control the catch? Yeah, he did. That was a pass to Tongas on 4th and 8. Tongas extends, picks up the first down. Ball then bounces out of his hand, but he had already picked up the first down. Ground can't cause the fumble. Here comes the greatest moment of Carter Bradley's entire life. We got 1:36 remaining. 49ers, only 2 timeouts. Let's hope they don't use either of them. 90 seconds remaining in this game. Approaching the 50-yard line. What do you got for us, Carter Bradley? Oh, my God. The pressure, the drama. It looked like a false start there, but on Burford, but it was not called. Oh, what do you know? Little screen pass over the 50. Little screen pass picks up a first down. Jeff Wilson Jr. What you don't want, like this thing that you don't want to have happen in whatever sequence of events that we're about to watch, is for the 49ers to get into field goal range and then Jake Moody then miss that field goal. If he were to miss that field goal, I think you'd have to cut him. I really would, because this would be like the first one with actual pressure on it. Carter Bradley uncorks one way downfield, nearly intercepted. Flag on the play, though. Flag on the play, and it looks like that could come into the land of pass interference. Niners are on the move and on the march. Holding on the Raiders. Robbie Chosen out there, he's like, I don't do any holding, especially on the footballs, but I'm pumped. What are the bets in Las Vegas? Does he miss right or left? It's usually left for Moody. Carter Bradley rips one to Robbie Chosen. I've always said, whatever you throw Robbie Chosen, he will catch. Robbie does a real nice job after the catch and gets that ball inside the 10-yard line. Even if it is a little moody booty, it's in makeable range for Jake. I mean, it would be great to see the 49ers, just for gigs, put together a little game-winning drive here. I mean, I think it would be good for Kyle Shanahan. Was that CJ West playing the role of water boy there on the sideline? Was he trying to get somebody a bottle of water? All right. Timeout for Carter Bradley. He wants to take a look at, oh no, it's not a timeout for Carter Bradley. It was a false start on Prince, who again is trying to now make this team as its swing tackle. I think that's a couple of false starts for Prince in this game so far. When I saw him earlier, did I say earlier that Burford was called for a false start? It wasn't Burford, it was Prince. My bad. So now, line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line. 1st and 14 59 seconds left. Another flag. Boys, come on. No more flags. Please. False start. 49ers backing them up again. Zakel, come on. Stopping the clock. I tell you what, this is getting into Moody, we might need you territory. Bradley avoids an interception, but not by much. Kind of overthrew his receiver. It was lucky that that ball went through. It wasn't a sea of hands, but was lucky that ball fell into the end zone without regret. Okay. But again, incomplete passes stop the clock. So incomplete passes are not anything that stops the clock is officially not our friend here and now at this point in the game. By the way, Carter Bradley is 8 of 10 for 96 yards. That is a much better outing than what he had last week. So give him that. I ripped the shit out of him last week. By the way, he just got sacked. And that was an offensive line that collapsed around him. That really wasn't on Bradley. But he just got sacked right there. JP wants to know, where's the Corgi? The Corgi is back with her family. Her across-the-street masters have returned from a 5-day vacation, so we are Corgi-less until their next vacation. Stars are lining up for Moody. I mean, I hope so. Either that or it's, he's got some lemon booty right now and would rather not even be out there. And if that's really who he is, he's not the right guy for the job. And look, there is a little, your dad is a coach on this team. Why are you here? Nepotism going on with Bradley. And we made fun of him last week. And he looked awful last week. He was bad last week. There's no pretending he wasn't, but he does have a cannon on him. That guy's got a rocket. Is anybody worse at handling the zero blitz, quite like Kyle? I think a lot of second, third, fourth teamers won't even be here after cutdown day. Guys have trouble handling zero blitzes. But yeah, that was bad. Nepotism QB sucks. Well, not today. He's not. Not right now. He doesn't. Do you think Kyle and Forrester will ever address this offensive line? It always bites us in the ass. No, they seem to be fully dedicated to never investing draft picks highly in the offensive line. Dominic Pooney aside, it seems to be a repetitive blind spot, and it has been a little annoying. You're not going to draft a guy. You don't want to spend it in the draft. Are you afraid that you're not going to get the value where you need him? Well, again, go sign Drew Dahlman as a free agent at center, which was an available option, and they didn't pick that either. I thought that the offensive line's pass protection today has been pretty good no matter who's been out there the entire game. Run blocking, that's a different story. James A., should you kick now in case there's a fumble on the snap? It's not that big of a moment in time to play that game. But I hear you. All right, Bradley. He avoids some pressure. Again, Prince got beat. Looking for a flag downfield. Not going to find one. So 4th and 26. 4th and 26, what looked like just a few plays ago would at worst be a chip shot field goal for Jake Moody, has actually turned into a Jake Moody field goal of consequence. Moody from 44 yards out. He missed today earlier from 53, 3 makes, 44. You better get this, Moody, from a confidence, from a roster standpoint. Hooked a little, pretty good right down the middle. Jake Moody did it, everybody. Jake Moody! Jake Moody! Moody made it. Money. Go Wolverines, cheaters. Look at that. Look, on a day where he missed a field goal, I'm glad he made that one. Moody did it. Here we go. Regular Ryan. Vinatieri 2.0. Let's go, Moody. Always knew you had it. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Sam Bruno, Mike. Ray Ratto would love the chaos. He would cheer for a miss. Oh, he'd be cheering for a miss. He'd be cheering for all 4 wheels to come off the team bus. It was pulling out of Allegiant Stadium. Yeah, nothing but chaos is all Ray ever sought out. Brant Boyer. Look at Brant Boyer's like, I'm not going to have to kill my kicker today. That's good. There are nothing but red jerseys remaining at Allegiant Stadium. Raiders fans have pieced out a while ago. We're going to have ourselves 31 seconds. Can you just take a knee? The last thing I want are 4 straight big passes where you're stopping the clock. The last thing I need is 5 minutes in real time remaining in this game with only 30 seconds remaining on the clock. I couldn't even watch it. I had to watch Damon. Chase Lucas, corner blitz. Chase Lucas with a sack. I mean, 2 sacks on the season, an interception earlier today. Chase Lucas, baby. Chase Lucas. Make this team, young man. This is the best feel-good story of the entire preseason. If Chase Lucas isn't on this team, why are we even asking guys to go out there and prove themselves? What can you do for me in a preseason game? If Chase Lucas hasn't done enough to make this roster, who in the secondary has? Chase Lucas. Yeah, he's not a day one starter, but he's got to be on this team. Oh, we got more pressure coming up. All of a sudden, the 49ers defensive line has got some scrappiness to him. Look at Sebastian Valdez out there. A guy named Harris. I don't even know who that is. Sebastian Valdez. He was out there. I hope he did win the job. I really do. Lucas might be the nickel. Here's the thing. We haven't seen Upton Stout yet, and that is the last remaining piece. Not that we've seen much from Michael Williams in any of these games either. He hasn't played. But Upton Stout is the next. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. But Chase Lucas has got to be on this roster. Interception by the 49ers. What do you know? There will be no field goal attempt. Who was it? Who got that? 38. Is that Siegel? Is that still Marquise Siegel? No, excuse me. It's Mahoney. 38. Jalen Mahoney. Will you ever remember where you were for this moment in time? When it comes to Jake Moody, JP from the 510 says Valor Margulis. Now, here's the thing. Jake Moody, is he going to get a chance here to actually get a game-winning field goal off. He's kicking into the net. Where was Mahoney when he was officially down with that ball? Where are the Niners on the field right here? A decent play on 1st and 10 would absolutely set up a possible game-winning kick for Jake Moody. Carter Bradley, incomplete. Tariq Owens had it in his hands. It dropped out, bounced out. 8 seconds remaining. Oh, you got to catch that, Tariq Owens. Your daddy was a Hall of Famer. That was in the basket. Bradley looking to get that play in, pointing at his ear holes, which means I can't hear you. Niners scrambling to get to the line. 7 seconds on the play clock. Ball is away. Bad throw. 4 seconds remaining, and they're going to, why not? Send out Jake Moody for a monster right here. Jake Moody is going to be looking at a very long field goal. This is going to be 60-something yards, right? This has got to be 60 yards. Where is he on the field? This is a 59-yard field goal. This is a 59-yard field goal attempt. If Jake Moody misses this, I mean, that's a big field goal. I don't think he can get mad at he missed a 59-yarder. If he hits this, it's exactly what his confidence would need. This is actually a huge moment for Jake Moody. We got to the end of a game, and we actually have something to watch here. Jake Moody, are you going to alleviate the public ridicule, the pressure? Look at Shanahan and Saller over there talking about this like this is probably a big moment for this kid's career. Where were you when? Where were you when Jake Moody had a chance to change everybody's mind? Everybody's mind. Jake Moody, 59 yards. What is he going to do? The timeout's been called. Here we go. Moody, the kick is up, and that looks good. It's good. Jake Moody's the greatest kicker in the history of football, everybody. Look at how happy his teammates are for him. Jake Moody's being mobbed. He's getting slapped on the helmet by every single dude wearing a 49er uniform. Thomas Morstead, your holder, got a low five, not a high five from Shanahan. That's a feel-good moment. A, they win the game. B, that's exactly what Moody needed. And look at Chase Lucas just talking shit. He said, bring it, fans. Bring it. Bring it to me. Look, say whatever you want about Jake Moody. You don't like him. You don't trust him. He needed that. He needed that. Yet still doesn't pass the eye test. He just connected on a game-winning 59-yarder. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's the wrong time to be ripping Jake Moody. Good for him. He needed that. He needed that. How about the 49ers with a late interception to make sure this game doesn't end in a tie? Jake Moody from 59 yards out. Guy made 4 field goals today. That's a good day for Jake Moody. I know we missed one. That's good. Kenny, simple. We always knew he was great. Everybody knew that. Never a doubt. Never a doubt. Jake Moody, again, if you're rooting for him to fail, if you're rooting for galactic failure from Jake Moody, so he's just going to get thrown off this team, he is your week 1 kicker. There's no doubt about it. That is a big kick for Jake Moody's season, the way that this team feels about him. They wanted to make Jake Moody happen. They're going to make Jake Moody happen. And there's absolutely no doubt, Tree Man, this is the best preseason game in the history of sports. I'll tell you, it was as good of an ending as you're going to find in a preseason game for the most part. Fuji, pardon me, The Moody made kick deserves a bottle pull. Who can argue with that? Who could possibly argue with that? To Jake Moody, the entire Moody family, to the entire special teams unit, to everybody involved, to all of you who were actually here from the first minute of this broadcast to this minute of this broadcast. If you've been watching for over 3 hours, this is for you. This is for Jake Moody. This is for the world. Let's go. Again. Wife and kids in San Bruno. They're at a pool party. The only thing I need to do for the rest of my Saturday is hang out. So we can take that bottle pull for Jake Moody. Notice my bottle pull went right down the middle. It didn't pull to the left, didn't pull to the right. It was a strong bottle pull. And I don't think there's any doubt about it. I don't think there's any doubt about it at all. Moody Mania has gripped the entirety. I'm not going to say the Bay Area, but Moody Mania has now gripped the entire of NFL. It really has. By the way, I hope Guy Haberman had a great call. We can't talk about how excited we are for the job that Guy gets to do here without talking about how much we hope everything is going well for Greg Papa and his fight against cancer. We got nothing but Papa thoughts at all times here. So love to Greg, but for an up-and-coming broadcaster who I admire and is a friend of mine, like Guy Haberman, I'm really, really happy that he's getting this opportunity. I hate the circumstances that the opportunity has come under, but I'm glad that he gets it. And I'm going to tell you this right now. The only thing that Greg Papa is happy about when it comes to missing games is Guy getting this shot. Greg is a nice enough guy. And he cares enough about young broadcasters to know that this is good for him. Thanks a ton. Enjoy your weekend, sir. Jose, enjoy your weekend, Jose. Enjoy that weekend. Yeah, Greg Papa, never give up. Fight, fight, fight. Love for Papa. Love. Guy is great. Yeah, cancer sucks. You are right about that. But Guy is great. Dude, Guy is fantastic. Watch Guy do Big Ten football games. He really is good. Did you guys all know that the Jake Moody jersey was the #1 seller in the NFL? Move over, Patrick Mahomes. There's a new kid in town. Saquon Barkley Eagles jersey, picked it up last year. Good. It's time to get your Jake Moody jersey. Rockin' Eastwood. #1 seller. The love for Papa keeps on coming in, as it should. I was going to look at it this way. The first preseason game was not a good day for the 49ers. This preseason game was a good day for the 49ers. This preseason game officially comes with Brock Purdy and Ricky Pearsall looking good early. It comes with a Dominic Pooney injury scare that at this particular time doesn't look nearly as scary as it officially looked. If you were wondering about Dominic Pooney, still have nothing on Corey Kiner for you. Corey Kiner did hurt his ankle. He was carted off, but he walked to that card under his own power. Dominic Pooney hurt his knee, and we are all having knee Pooney anxiety until this picture. Guess what NFL teams don't do? They don't allow guys with severe knee injuries to come and sit on the bench wearing shorts with unwrapped, untaped, unattended to knees. That is a great sign. A great sign for Dominic Pooney. We still don't know what happened, still waiting on Kiner, but that's a really, really good sign. Again, Ricky Pearsall looked good. Chase Lucas looked good. Nick Martin flashed in this game. Marquise Siegel flashed in this game. When we started looking at him, we saw Sebastian Valdez play well in this game. Jake Moody, desperate for anything that looks like some self-confidence being baked into his ear. Looked good in this game. Let's go ahead and check out the box, shall we? All three 49er quarterbacks operated efficiently. That's good for the game. Let's look. I don't care what the Raiders did. Mac Jones, 13 of 16. Carter Bradley, 8 of 13. And then Brock's one drive, he came out, was incredibly efficient, looked good. You know, no passing touchdowns. We'll worry about that at another day. Jeff Wilson Jr. had a rushing touchdown. Not a good day for the running game. Not a good day for this offensive line in run blocking, but pass pro was not bad. 28 carries, 64 yards, 2.3 average. None of those numbers are impressive. We know that. Robbie chose to catch 5 balls for 92 yards. How about that? Now, Robbie had a drop that could have been a walk-in touchdown earlier in the game, so he's going to be happy to see that he's got at least that production to turn around and put on film. Demarcus Robinson, he wasn't in the game very long, was efficient when he was. Ricky Pearsall, same thing. Russell Gage Jr. didn't do much, but he didn't do anything wrong either. Isaiah Hodgins, Tyreek Owens caught a game in one that was on TV, I think, for the first time. I don't know if Tyreek Owens has ever had a preseason catch before. Luke Farrell had a preseason catch, for goodness sakes. Braden Willis, again, I don't like tight ends wearing number 9. We know that. It was a decent day for guys when they got in there. 6 tackles for Nick Martin. Chaz Surratt, who's going to need to make this team this year. He had a good day in the tackling standpoint. Jair Brown had moments. Darrell Luter Jr. in a now or never season. Good to see him do something. Jalen Mahoney with an interception in this game. A pass deflection for Jalen Mahoney in this game. And Chase Lucas, an interception. Chase Lucas had himself a good game. Chase Lucas, I think, played himself onto this roster. Let's look at some of the team numbers, shall we? Pardon me. Let's look at some of these numbers. 16 first downs. Again, an inefficient day on third down, just 3 for 11. Well, the Raiders were 9 of 16 on third down. That's why it felt like they had the ball the entire third quarter, almost the entire second half. They did. The Niners, when they struck quickly. That was a good sign to see. 348 yards of total offense for the 49ers, 9 drives, 5.3 yards per play. You can live with that number, that's for sure. 284 in the air. Again, just 64, no one's going to like what they saw out of the running game in this show. There's no doubt about that. In this show, in this game, pardon me. They're not going to like that. 5 penalties, 30 yards. The Raiders were even worse with 7 for 64. 32 minutes time of possession. A day of special teams that, again, ended with Jake Moody making a couple of big field goals, and that's what you need out of Jake Moody. Couple of big field goals. Look good. And he did. Pretty good ending. Fun ending. Dramatic ending. And if you want the drama to continue, let me just tell you, the drama will continue at 9 a.m. Sunday morning. Sounds like it's time for a wake up. Yours truly, Larry Krueger, will be back at it, streaming on both of our channels together. 9 a.m. Sunday morning. We will always come to you the day after the 49ers play with a wake up. So Sunday breakfast, if you're on the East Coast, if you're all around the globe, which we saw earlier when we checked the power of the tower, we got people watching from everywhere. A little wake-up brunch with yours truly and Larry tomorrow. If you're interested in doing that, we would love to have you. I want to say thank you so very, very much to everyone who offered a comment, a chat. Thanks to everyone Thanks to Chef A. She says, great night. I'm going to go drink at my local dive bar. That's the attitude we are looking for. Damon, I always wondered, I know it was your job, but was it hard needing to be interested in the Raiders while working 95.7 The Game? No, I like football, and the Raiders were interesting because remember, sports talk radio is never for the everything's going right, I'm happy. It's perfect for everything's going wrong, I'm unhappy, and the Raiders brought an awful lot of that to the table. Shout out from Brunch Penis. See, that's an old school listener right there. The happiest penis in America is Brunch Penis. Guy usually gets a little bit the night before. Now he's out. He slept in a little, and now he's got brunch. Brunch Penis is the best, the happiest penis you're going to find on a weekend. Brunch Penis. So get your Brunch Penis to this show tomorrow with me and Larry. Bring your brunch boobies. Beyonce, bring your brunch to the party. Sunday morning is church time. Speaking of the beauty of YouTube, if you miss the show live, all you got to do is press play whenever it's convenient for you. We don't start the show and end the show, and you got to catch it while it's happening live. As soon as I wrap this bad boy up, it's there in perpetuity. You can watch whatever we do, whatever live stream there is all the time. And I'm going to tell you right now that this will also be a podcast within a half an hour from now, Damon Bruce Plus. I ask you to hit like and subscribe. I have but one goal. 50,000 subs before the bye week, and only you can help me get there. Please help me get there. We got our final supers coming in. Crew going to tell you it's just preseason, Damon. He's also going to tell me that Corey Kiner reminds him of Emmitt Smith. So calm down. This is going to be Fuji saying, now I need the Giants to win tonight. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that to you and yours. And Fuji Simeon, again, the Moody kick deserved a bottle pull. You all deserve bottle pulls in one way or another. I thank you all for helping me meet the goals here today, for liking, for subscribing. Over 300 likes. If you have not hit that thumbs up button, it's the last time that you have a chance to do it right here and now. Again, be with us, 9 a.m. West Coast, 12, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, noon Eastern. Whether you're brunch, breakfast, or somewhere in the world where neither of those options are available because it's already nighttime where you are, I hope you plan on being back here. Thank you very much. Hit like and subscribe. You are my kind of people. Seriously. That 3 hours and 16 minutes just went by fast, didn't it? It's only because we were hanging out together. It was an awful lot of fun to hang out with you. Thank you so very, very much. And please do remember that sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's gone. Go Jake Moody.